This message is brought to you by Today95.1 FM, Voice of the People.
Whether it's happening in Port Harcourt, South, Nigeria, or around the world, we've got you covered. On air, online, delivering balanced news and unbiased analysis. Today, 95.1 FM.
Today, 95.1 FM, Port Harcourt. News update.
Thank you for joining us. Good afternoon. Here is the business news update on Today 95.1 FM. I'm Lucky Maxwell. Data from the National Debt Management has disclosed that the federal government piled up at least 16.48 trillion naira new borrowings between 2018 and 2022. The Debt Management Office, in its framework published on the website, gave a breakdown of the data that showed the country acquired fresh loans. It stated that the country acquired loans of 1.61 trillion naira in 2019, 4.2 trillion naira in 2020, 5.49 trillion naira in 2021, and 3.54 trillion naira in 2022. The data showed that there was an increase of 115.85% in the amount of new borrowing from 2018 to 2022. The DMO also disclosed that the federal government spent its new borrowing on 48.21% of its budget deficit in 2022. The Securities and Exchange Commission and the Federal Ministry of Mines and Steel Development, as well as other stakeholders, have agreed to promote alternative means of raising capital for the non-oil sector. The alternative means include non-interest product, tokenization of assets, as well as adoption of innovative technologies. The partners disclosed in a communique issued at the end of a 2-day workshop on financing the Nigerian solid minerals sector through the capital market and the critical role of commodities exchanges, emphasized the need for the Federal Ministry of Education to reprioritize the focus of STEM education at basic, secondary, and tertiary institutions. State and local government got 2.59 trillion naira from the Federation account in the first 6 months of 2023 amid worsening economic hardship in their respective states. This result showed a 27.62% increase from 2.03 trillion naira that was shared in the corresponding period of 2022. Also, the total revenue shared among the 3 tiers of government increased by 13.12% to 4.54 trillion naira from the 4.01 trillion naira that was available in the corresponding period of 2022. In January 2023, states got 244.98 billion naira, 236.46 billion naira in February, 232.13 billion naira in March. While the 36 states got 1.49 trillion naira, Rivers, Akwa Ibom, Delta, Edo, Abia, Ondo, Imo, Bayelsa, and Lagos got 209.59 billion naira more from the 13% derivation fund. The Asset Management Corporation of Nigeria has said it recovered 1.6 trillion naira from bad debtors in 10 years of its existence. This was disclosed in a statement signed by the head of Corporate Communications Department, AMCON, Jude Waizo, titled AMCON, NIFO Indispensable Agencies in the Revival of Nigeria's Financial System. The Managing Director, AMCON, Lawan Kuru, said out of a total of 4.66 trillion naira, they have so far recovered about 1.6 trillion naira in more than 10 years. He noted that they have a long way to go, stressing that about 350 obligors account for 3.96 trillion naira, which is above 84% of total outstanding amount. The Nigerian Civil Aviation Authority has stated that the stealing of the approach lighting at runway 18 right of the Murtala Mohammed International Airport, Lagos, would have minimal impact on its audit by the International Civil Aviation Authority organization. A Director General of NCAA, Captain Musa Nuhu, who made this known to newsmen, said there was a notice to airmen regarding the runway before the theft, stating that it was out of use. He said the theft may not be significant to impact the ICAO audit, because Nigeria had earlier announced the deficiencies of the runway. It may interest you to know that the upcoming ICAO audit mirrors the aviation safety and aviation security oversight capacities of its 193 member states through its Universal Safety Oversight Audit Program and Universal Security Audit Program. The African Leadership Group has called on the federal government to adopt a phased approach to alleviate immediate hardship faced by Nigerians. The group in a statement said it was necessary in response to Nigeria's recent petroleum subsidy removal. ALG urged the government to implement mitigating measures swiftly to protect vulnerable households from the adverse effect of fuel price increases. With plans to disburse 500 billion naira over 6 months to 12 million households, ALG stressed the need for careful consideration of citizens' top priorities. On the foreign scene, the United States has sanctioned 2 Chinese firms over their labor practices, accusing the companies of targeting members of persecuted groups in China. In a statement, the U.S. Department of Homeland Security said goods produced by battery manufacturer Camel Group and Chengguang Biotech Group will be prohibited from entering the country from today. The DHS said the move aims to eliminate the use of labor practices in the supply chain. It explained that the sanctions also seek to promote accountability for the ongoing genocide and crimes against humanity and other religious and ethnic minority groups in China's western Xinjiang province. The U.S. Secretary of Homeland Security Alejandro Mayorkas maintained that they will continue to work with their partners to keep goods made with forced labor out of U.S. commerce. And that's the news, business news rather. I am Lucky Maxwell. Good afternoon.
Today's news, today's entertainment, today's sports, today's issues. Today on Today 95.1 FM, Port Harcourt.
Peace is a situation where there is no war or violence in a society. Peace allows wealth to accumulate and the society to advance.
Through peace, generations of wealth, education, technology can build up, thereby making people very prosperous and happy.
Without peace, there will be violence, war, and underdevelopment in our society. The most disadvantageous peace is far better than the most just war. Let us embrace peace for a better society.
This message is brought to you by your premium talk radio, Today 95.1 FM.
It's what I pray for my all around the world. It's what I pray for my.
This is Today 95.1 FM, Port Harcourt, Voice.
Welcome to Business Today on Today 95.1 FM. It's a great afternoon, and it's the second day in the month of August 2023. My name is Lucky Maxwell. Maybe you don't know that the protest is ongoing as we speak from the FCT and some other few states. According to the report here, the protests have grounded FCT as over 5,000 have stormed the National Assembly. That's where they are doing this screening. All right. The organized labor comprising the Nigeria Labour Congress and Trade TUC are currently carrying out their mass protests in the FCT in Abuja. The protesters, numbering over 5,000, who have been peaceful, first converged at the Unity Fountain, Abuja, close to Transcorp Hilton Hotel, from where they marched to the Federal Ministry of Justice before proceeding to the National Assembly. At the National Assembly, security personnel initially prevented the protesting crowd from gaining entrance to the complex, but upon their superior officers' intervention, the gate was thrown open. Is that not a miracle? You'll recall that Labour has been adamant about carrying out the protest to press home their grievances over hardship being felt by the majority of Nigerians since President Bola Tinubu announced the fuel subsidy removal policy. Yesterday, when we talked about this issue, we looked at it from different angles. For some people, they were very sure that Labour probably might chicken out, maybe at the twilight of this particular announcement that they were going to carry out this protest today. I also heard that there's a protest going on in Port Harcourt down to Government House. So, but if you take a look at the economy, truthfully speaking, businesses are just trying to survive. The economy is not doing well as we speak. I don't think there's any sane human being that would tell me that the economy is doing well. If the economy is doing well, then we shouldn't have too many people who are out of jobs. Not necessarily white-collar jobs. Even in the informal sector, businesses are crumbling because you don't have electricity. The cash crunch came and also, broke more businesses. People have used probably the small capital they had, to feed, and they have nothing to do again. So when we say people are out of job, does not mean that people must be employed in a black and white environment, stay in an office with AC and all that. No. The informal sector contributes a whole lot to the economy. In fact, that's what holds the economy, the informal sector. So if you have businesses moving, goods and services are moving from point A to point B, then you're sure that businesses will thrive and monies will enter into the hands of people. Some people are engaged in transportation, for some, barbing, for some, goods and services. They transport agricultural product from one point to the other, sometimes from the north down here. For some, fish from here down to other parts of the country. So if you don't have good roads, how do you expect someone to transport his goods from this point to the other end, or from that point down to this end? But talking about the protest, which is our major focus on today's discuss on Business Today, were you optimistic that this protest was going to hold? What impact do you think the protest will have on the already bastardized economy? Because the economy is not doing well. Holding this protest, by probably if they continue tomorrow, more people will join. What that means is that people will probably close their businesses to join the protest. And what that means eventually is that the resultant effect is that people won't make money for that period. What's your response to the fact that the economy is already battered, and we should, of course, a reasonable government should be looking for a way to bring back life into some areas of the economy? If Labour continues with their strike, like they said, they will continue until there's a response, positive response, practical positive response from government. Because it's not enough for government to say, okay, shelve your strike, shelve your protest, go back home, we will do this, do that. When you go back, of course, we are here in this country, government upon government comes and they don't tend to fulfill promises. So what do you think? What impact, negative impact do you think this particular protest will have on the already battered economy? And do you think Labour can carry this protest through? For instance, they do one today, tomorrow they continue, next tomorrow they come, maybe they give a break, continue until government's response. Do you think they can pull this particular one through? And do you see more people joining the protest if eventually there's going to be a protest tomorrow? That's what we're looking at on the program. Join the conversation, 0817-0000951. Do you also see hijacking of this protest Do you see a situation where maybe some people might even be, paid some stipend to go and disrupt the already peaceful protests? Because we saw that during the NSAS period also. Some guys started coming from the other end when they saw some form of sustainability in the protests. So some guys, came and from the videos we saw them coming out from some good cars, SUVs, which of course they can't on a normal day afford. So do you see some form of anti-protest against this already peaceful protest being carried out by the NLC? Some civil society organizations have also lent their support, and the general citizens have also lent their support. Not all though, but some citizens have also lent their support. Will Labour carry this through? What impact do you think this will also have on the already battered economy? Good afternoon.
Hello, good afternoon.
Welcome.
How are you doing over there?
Great.
You know that today I was among those that went to government house. And after the protest, after all, it ended. It has ended. Because there was an information that it's just for only today. So I don't know where you got to news that Labour said that they will continue this protest. If Labour said that they will go to strike.
From the report I have here, they said they will continue until something is done. Let me read it out to you. But go ahead.
The report, because I was there live. I was there live at government house after they have to tender their purpose of coming. It was stated that it's just for only today, and I knew that it's also nationwide for today. So I want to say that this is a political motivated. This is a plan between the federal government and Labour, just for them to do it for today, just to show the masses, the people that they know what they are doing. We are into the system. After today, nothing else. But if they are sincere to tell us that they will go for strike, because I was saying this yesterday that after protesting, what else? Since Labour are not ready to go to strike, this will not use anything. Tinubu will still be there doing what he's doing, and nothing will happen. So I regret of going out with them today, but nevertheless, let's see what next.
Can I ask you a question? What was the number like for those who came out?
Yeah, it's not much, but a little that can tell that there is seriousness in the protest.
All right. Thank you very much, sir, for your time. So for you, do you think Labour will carry this through, or like the first caller said, it's just for today? Do you think this whole thing has ended and probably at the end of the day, nothing will come out? Things will still continue. Government will still do what they want to do, irrespective of the fact that it's probably negatively impacting on the citizens. Hello. Good afternoon. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, my brother. Good afternoon.
Welcome.
My name is Bob.
Yes, please.
The protest, like I listened to other stations to review Riwari reporting, it's not going to end today. Just a peaceful protest, yet from protest to graduate to strike. Because if it's only protest, march walk or road walk, it will not have any effect on the government. This is something that affects everybody. We are demanding for something nationwide. We voted them in. We have the power of democracy. This is democracy. They sit there in Abuja, doing take a bow, share our money, ask citizens to ride on bicycle while they ride SUV. No, it's a protest first. When I say protest, see, today is the start through. The time will come, bank will be shut down, airport will be shut down, nothing will work. Them in Abuja, they will know that they are ruling people. They have to have the people at the mind. Or can be buying fuel while we have oil in our backyard. Like I said yesterday in your show, the refinery will employ many youth because it hasn't buy product. When the refinery work, I don't need to employ all these people who are doing co-fire. Can't you train them? That's what China do, or other countries do. Train them where they cannot do the fuel well. Once are producing fuel, call it go fire. This protect the environment is not good. Now, restart them, call them, send them abroad. How to now make the fuel become fine without too much how to for this thing. Then you track them, tell them to stop go fire. Then you go and stop subsidy. You have people that use what they call use fuel to produce fuel. Use what they call it to improve the air. You know, train them now how to do it fine, so that they can be employment. Then you stop it. Then you do your own without considering what people will go through. Fuel affects every aspect of our life. So the protest should not even be only labor. Only labor. Market women, everybody who will say no to this government. University, give on a refinery, and train these our boys who can use coal fire to produce fuel. Get them abroad, license them. Then it will work. A time will come. Finally, let me tell you, a time will come. None of them will travel out to. We'll shut down the airport, bank everywhere, shut it down. Let us pay the price for once. Thank you. So we know here Nigeria must go, like the here Ghana must go. Nigeria don't go from the country, but that neighboring country. We do the way to Benin Republic.
But if they succeed in shutting down these systems, don't you think it will also there will be more hardship on the common man?
Best price to pay now is only be for once. If them in Abuja there, like now 2 weeks, no bank, nothing work. Let us pay the price. Nigeria should one Ghana, you know how many months it took Ghana? 1 year Ghana must go. They go to Nigeria before they go back now. Now what people are sending their children to Ghana school, sending their children to the business abroad. Let us pay the price once. We will not die. Let us pay the price once. Not that they say go, you stay at home. I cannot know if my children go chop. When will you rise up for your right? So rise up for once. We have railway to Niger. We don't have railway in Nigeria. That is abroad. School abroad. Hospital not working. What is working? No right. This is they treat themselves abroad. Let us rise up for once. Today is first day. Tomorrow, when they say Nigeria full the street, nothing work. They will know what to do. They will know what to do. Taking our boys to go and produce fuel for us. The go fire is good. Let them change it. Train them well. Send them to wherever they can train them so that the go fire can become good. It's available everywhere. Kerosene everywhere. Why the oil here? Thank you.
Thank you very much for your time. We appreciate you. Feel free to send in your messages to 0701 9339 962. Do you think this protest will continue? Won't it have a negative impact on the already battered economy that we have already? People are already going through hell. If you now go on strike, you shut down everything. Won't it affect the people? Remember that these big boys in Abuja have a way of getting money from the bank and getting food for their family. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Maxwell.
Welcome, Obed. Go ahead.
Thank you very much. The sustainability of this protest, if anybody is doubting it, I think it's a figment of imagination of that individual. Look, Maxwell, anything that leads to Nigeria coming out of the street will be sustained. You understand? If you listen to your caller over the time about this protest, you understand that the people are ready, are resolved to come out of the street. You understand? So if anybody is doubting the possibility of sustaining this protest, the person might be economic with the truth. You understand? Look, Maxwell, this protest is necessary. Do you know the importance of this protest? You understand? Now, the government are not talking about refinery right now. They are not. It's just clear that the government are not mapped up about this refinery. And if the economy continues to run this way, that's where we will buy fuel at the rate of 1,000 plus. Because in as much as dollar goes up, there is every tendency that petrol will go up. Because these guys, we import this petrol, they have to add their own price. You understand? And somebody is telling me that the process will not yield any result. How? Mr. President has to make statements. You understand? To ensure that our refinery must be fixed before that process will end. You understand? So we cannot continue this way. Nigerians shouldn't be the ones who will bear the brunt of dishonor, who will bear the brunt of decadence, stealing, criminality that have been perpetrated by those in government and their so-called followers. You understand? Nigerians shouldn't be the ones to bear the brunt. At least, to a barest minimum, let there be a delicate policy. Talk about the refinery. Why are we even arguing this thing? Why are we arguing? Why those in government not talking about this refinery? Why? You understand? Why are not talking about it? Why they keep it quiet from the Senate even to the House of Congress? Nobody's making any statement regarding the issue of this refinery. Here, let me put that. Look. So project, there is even nothing to even crumble or whatever because they are talking on ground already. What is existing? What is existing?
Thank you, Obed. We appreciate you. Everybody seems to be infuriated. Hello. Feel free to join us on the conversation. Will the protest last? Will it continue? Let's look at the impact on the ordinary man. The economy is already battered. You will agree with me. Hello, good afternoon.
Solidarity forever, for the union makes us strong. Solidarity forever. Solidarity forever. Solidarity forever. For the union makes us strong. Am I still on the air?
You're on air. Good afternoon.
Yeah, good afternoon, sir. I am Chika, calling from Iwofe.
Yes, please.
Yeah, I contributing because you asked the effect to the economy. Isn't it bastardized the economy? If we do not come out, the economy has already been bastardized. If we come out, the economy will be bastardized. Which one is better? We come out or we don't come out? We should come out. Solidarity forever, for the union makes us strong.
All right.
We are making sense.
Okay.
Let's see there. Thank you.
Thank you. All right, I'd love to read your messages. Send them to 0701-9339-962. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, my brother.
Welcome, sir.
My name is Evangelist Lawson.
Yes, please.
Okay. So, my contribution is that the economy has been bastardized, just as the last caller said. These protests make this call President Tinubu to answer us about this refinery issue. We have the money. But they are only interested in that. So let him talk how the refinery will be, or else we will shut down the country. Let me see who is ruling. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Zero 0817-0000951 and 0810-9510951. These are the numbers you can call to join us on the conversation. We're looking at the protest, the impact on the economy. Even though the economy is looking somehow, but at least people can still get some few daily bread daily and then enjoy with their family. But if the protest continues, won't it have a negative impact, which of course will have a resultant effect on the ordinary Nigerian? Good afternoon. Good afternoon.
Hello, good afternoon.
Welcome.
My name is Daniel.
Yes, please.
In a civic disobedience, there are consequences. And these consequences, even the person who is trying to react towards government, one of the consequences is that definitely there must be suffering on it.
but it's for objective. What is objective? Either that the government policies are not good and they want to revise. Look at it this way. Is it that we have already economy that is not good, then we should therefore go into our houses to avoid it to go down more? Already we are down. And when a man is down, you are not afraid of anything anymore. You are not even, we are talking about 617 naira, but there are speculation for now to 2 weeks, it will get to 800 and speculation, I said. If that is the case, meaning that we may even go to 1,000 plus. Are we going to continue like this? How can a government of Nigeria, I don't know how many of our brothers and sisters that are in journalism will see this paper, ask them. Direct question. What is wrong with refinery? Why won't it work? It's a simple question that desires a simple answer. Okay, we are doing turnaround, saying that this is the state, this is what we have done, and all that. You look at President Tinubu, he just came and make a speech, say, let me go back to work. Which work is he going back to? I don't get it. We are here, you know that our problem, you're not solving it. Why we have an election is that you say you want a leader who will come and solve problem. We are not having an election every 4 years to come and bring problem upon ourselves. Because that is not why we have a leader. We go into an election, people voted because they want a change in terms of economy, they want a change in terms of policies, they want a change in terms of security. If those things are not there, it's not important of having a leader anywhere. You are telling me that you are removing subsidy. The reason why for you to save. Now you save 1 trillion in 2 months. This trillion will go back to the governors. That is why the governors are keeping silent, because I heard one of them went to Supreme Court. Say people are suffering when we have the issue of policy of money in Nigeria here in terms of the policy of the federal government. Oh, it's anti-massive policy. They went to Supreme Court. How many of them in court? None of them. Because they knew that when we have this money, the constitution said that they will share this money among them. The federal government, use your own, go to refinery, go and work. Don't give anybody any 50,000. Don't give anybody any 1 billion, so that when we hear that the interest rate is 9%, we begin to clap hands. And this is 9% or whatever interest or whatever money they give you, it will end up in political classes' pocket. As far as I'm concerned, all these theories will not work. What we are saying is very simple. Please, Mr. President, tell us when refinery will work. If I'm buying fuel for 1,000, I can endure for 9 to 6 months. Know that for 9 to 6 months, refinery will work. Or you go back to 180 something naira we are buying fuel. Fix the refineries. You don't even need to remove subsidy. Let me tell you, if we have our policies in terms of modern refineries, refinery is working. Indirectly, nobody will go to abroad to import anymore. You're talking about subsidy because you have not fixed your refinery. You can't tell me, okay, let us stop the importation of generator. You don't need to do that. Give Nigeria power. Nobody will buy generator. Generator will not be imported anymore. The reason why people go to abroad to import fuel because there is no refinery. If we refine here, people have modern refinery, you give them license. We are producing it here. You don't need to say the subsidy will naturally die. You haven't done this thing. You want me to be clapping hands. Say you have saved 1 trillion. The 1 trillion that you save at the end of the day will not go to my pocket. Why am I going to celebrate? As far as I'm concerned, I have not joined the protest because I'm a very careful Nigerian. In the sense, I'm in as much as a skeptical of Nigerian leadership. I'm still skeptical of some people who are leaders of some of these organizations that are fighting for the masses. If I find out genuinely the way idea for what I believe, then why not? I will join them. Then we should stop saying about Nigeria will collapse, economy will collapse. Economy has already collapsed. There is nothing existing in Nigeria. People are packing their cars. Even big men are turning to the middle class. Middle class are turning to the poverty. Poverty are not, don't even have definition. In fact, they are more in poverty. Nothing in Nigeria is working. What is going? The banks are complaining. The private sector are complaining. Everybody is complaining. I even thanking God that you people that are running that studio, because I know that you people are not running this thing from with water. You're running with the other gas or diesel or petrol, and this is expensive. And people are hearing you people. So everybody kept telling me it's not easy for anybody that owns any company anywhere in Nigeria. Currently now, because of one-man policy in 2 months. I mean, it's so unfortunate. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, sir. We appreciate you. Let the protest be for only today, and the letter should contain the length of time for the demands to be addressed. Otherwise, strike action. The reason is that if the protest continues, those with negative motive will miscarry the good objective of the NLC. Handsome, you sent in that one. Hello, good afternoon.
Hello, just one quick solution to Tinubu now. To listen to the radio, The solution now for Nigeria to be saved now is, you see, Don Polo is destroying tankers, illegal this thing, burning them, while fuel is cars. They should stop it. They should gather this voice who not to do fire. If you go to the limit, you will see what they do there. For this voice, those machines there, they just carry crude oil, put to a tank, and they produce fuel. And then let them gather this voice together now. Let them educate them well. In the next few months, fuel will take. For how the crude oil, whatever those boys know how to do best to gather those crude oil and produce fuel and kerosene and diesel to be available. Let the government do it now. And not be subsidy. Just go, interview them. How do they get the crude oil? They bust the pipeline. Now give them the crude oil, license them. And then they should produce it well. They do oven. That is the solution now. In less few months, we'll get fuel everywhere. I'm telling the truth. My name is Bob. Call those boys together. Now, we are all Nigerians. Fuel will circulate. What the crude oil? They need to supply them crude oil, raw crude oil. They don't need the machine. They don't need the generator. All they need is that oven. And then do it well for them. Fuel will go everywhere. We'll enjoy ourselves. Tell them in Abuja now, that's what they will do. In few months, fuel will go everywhere. Kerosene will go everywhere. Thank you.
Thank you. Good afternoon, Maxwell. The mass protest by the NLC and TUC should not be compromised. My appeal is that this protest should continue until our demands are met. People are suffering, dying, and hunger and the increase on daily basis. Every part of the economy must be shut down until our refineries are made to be working. The economy is already bad, and we are out for them this time. Kudos to the NLC President, Vincent Muzi from Chokocho. Thank you. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Maxwell.
Welcome, sir. Doc, welcome.
Yes, let me just take my time and start properly. Maxwell, I have passed because I want to talk with you. Maxwell, I'm calling from Port Harcourt. This is Dr. Chris Maxwell. I joined the last two callers. Niger Delta is blessed with youth who can do this modular refinery. Maxwell, you remember when President Buhari came into power, the Vice President, Professor Osibanjo SAN, took time to went around Niger Delta and made a very solid promise about modular refinery. Did anything come out of it? Nothing came out of it. But we know that our boys are so intelligent in Niger Delta. Our boys can produce fuel. Maxwell, I make bold to tell you that most of the fuel we're even consuming are the ones probably are being produced in some creeks. Why can't you enable these boys to produce this fuel? Like the last two callers said, we need our refinery to function. I am ready to buy fuel at 1,000. Tell me when I will stop buying it at 1,000. And let your word be your word. Because I have come to see, when I start making suggestions of the way other countries tackle their corruption, Maxwell, you will tell me no. But I took time to wait for you to start your program so that I can air my view because you listen. Now, the issue is this. Like he said, very soon we'll buy for 1,000 naira and nothing will happen. So solidarity forever. I wish this protest can continue. Already you know we were on strike. How could you pay a doctor Kobo that he will spend 80% in buying fuel? And you want him to do night duty. You want him to do morning duty. You want him to do afternoon duty. You want him to always be on call, as the case may be. And the money is not enough. And you want to give us 25,000. What an insult. What kind of 25,000 is that? Whoever negotiated that, I pray God will forgive those people. Because the money is not enough. You have your children to pay their school fees. At least as a doctor, you expect them that your children should go to reasonable school. Hey, doctor, people are depending on you. If I open my text message and show you people who are asking for money on daily basis, because that DR is there, they don't even know what is happening. They don't care if your money is enough for you and your family for the month. And you're paying people these peanuts, and we are spending the whole money on fuel. And you cannot come out and tell us that my people, the good people of Nigeria, endure from now to December, refinery will be fixed. Let there be solidarity. In fact, I'm ready to join. Yes, I am ready to join. I'm ready to mobilize more people. In fact, it's possible. Let's shut Nigeria down. Until we will not have to go to a round table and sit down. Look at Tina the other day. They were screening a minister. He had only 2 credits. And the other was making joke of it, the Senate president, with due respect. They were all making joke of it. Or you have to submit. You choose the thing to submit. A minister of Nigeria, of Federal Republic, has 2 credits only. He wants to be a minister and he went to university. These are the people who will be minister for us. The ones who gave the road in Nigeria that they couldn't do it, these are the ones that will be minister for us. The ones that want to the first party, after party, when they had malaria, these are the people that want to be minister. The people that have been illusioning phenom in Kaduna State, these are people that want to be minister. What kind of country do we have here, for crying out loud? What kind of country does Nigeria have? I know somebody that wanted to be made a Speaker of House of Assembly. He had issues with criminal acts in America, and he succeeded and became Speaker. And what is he now? You know what he is. And even the current one has a legal issue, over criminal record. I mean, Master, Nigeria should close that. Let us sit down on the right table. Let's put this country. Let's sit down on the right round table and know whether we will be one country or not. And know if we can move forward or not. And look at all this shenanigans. It's getting too much. Things are priced something in the market. I'm coming from Bushi now to go and buy or repair my television. How can they hold me repair television when they can comfortably buy a new one? What tells you the nature of the economy? These guys don't mean well for us. Look at them, from senior to the executive. They don't mean well for us. We don't really know them. We know all of them. Nigerians voted for a new bridge, and they couldn't give it to us. And this old cargo, who have enlisted them in this country, still want to continue. Maxwell, I make bold to tell you that average Nigerian youth is angry. With their vest, Nigerians are angry. Things are not working out well. We want this to work out well. We want Nigeria to be a good country. We want one Nigeria where truth, honesty, and justice shall stand. Do you understand? What is going on is annoying. How long? If when somebody was messing up, I told my friend, I said, oh man, we are still in that kind of jamboree. How can we be praying for Buhari to come back? How can Nigeria say they are missing Buhari? Nigerians are beginning to say it. We thought we stopped during Buhari era. Nigerians are still saying they are missing Buhari now. From fire to fire, God forbid. Oh God, arise. Do something in this country and let this country move forward. It's not for my sake, for the sake of my children and children's children. Thank you, Maxwell.
Thank you. Maxwell, why is the government not talking about our refineries? It is this refinery that keeps Nigeria going. We were told that Dangote's refinery is absolutely his own. Then what of Nigeria's refinery? Or are they hoping on Dangote's refinery? I think the government is not telling us something. As long as Nigeria will be importing fuel from other countries into Nigeria, the price will never reduce, except there will be a second coming of COVID-19 and the crude oil price comes as low as $20 per barrel, as was the case in 2021/2022. If fuel is produced in Nigeria, there will be no landing cost, but only production cost. Mr. Law, thank you. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Emeka, welcome, sir.
God bless you. The paper that said the taste of feeding is in the taste of feeding, we eating. We failed this country, some of us anyway, from the beginning of this election of 2023. Did you know that the mantra of our president then was go to Lagos and see what happened in Lagos? Go to Lagos and see what he did. Go to Lagos and see. That was the mantra. Everybody get a line hook and sinker. And I spent all my life in Lagos with that. When he was there, I was there. He voted him first and second because I'm no other option then. First and second, I voted. I asked some people, what did he do in Lagos special? Even more than his predecessors or even his successors. Nobody gives answer. We do what we did in Lagos. We do. I think we need to ensure in our constitution, anybody that comes to rule in Nigeria must come to presidential debate. We must be a mob. Because if you look at the body language of our president then, two things we cleverly avoided was recession of this Nigeria. Second was recession of this Nigeria. Second is refinery. I'm telling you this, I know what I'm saying. The two major things that would have we would have ready upon now, just as we are ready upon the speech you made 8 days ago, the issue of the retention of Nigeria system and the issue of this refinery. Because I didn't the president Nigeria journalist who was able to gather these 3 men, Obi, Atiku, and Principal, and this question would have asked for him. And we put a record that you said that this is what we are going to do. They don't ask about this, what the record is, this thing you remove. You remove from
a subsidy.
Subsidy you remove. They will not another journalist. The party is the president. They ask him, what do you do? When are you going to remove the subsidy when you come to power? Let us come and answer. Then when you're asking now, people have reason to ask. He's just cleverly avoiding the subsidy. And I don't know what his mind is. I don't know his reason, what the reason is. All of us say this from one state. And I tell you, I've been saying on this station, sometimes to come, we may likely begin to like the last administration before this administration, because the way he's going, somebody writes, there was someone that writes a text to a studio. How wish I can remember that individual name. He wrote something that very, 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 very of us to have in our mind. He said he didn't have to, and the heavy case in the court, in tribunal. And his position is this question by the court and the authority, and he's acting this way. How much more if this man became the president fully after the Supreme Court ruling may be? What do you think that will happen? What do you think? Because I know that the Nigeria politics in their first term, when they are not peaceful, they will try to please their people to get to where they're going to. They're going to get their first term, so they will get second term. If somebody could be having this kind of the suggestions in the court from different parties, and the thing is clearly saying that something I like it to have.
Has the money. That was the comment of the wife. That the man has money. He cannot touch Nigeria's money. Look at today, what is happening. It has become the worst. People cannot even avoid of taking 2 square meal in a day. Some people take one. The money they drink Gary, they will take it till the upgrade of the day before they be able to find food to be eating. Is it the government? What happened for child? What happened for this country?
No, Dakuku. What happened there will not happen here, please. You don't want that kind of situation. I had to cut you off there because it's unethical for you to have that kind of conversation on radio. Please, let's maintain decorum. I know people are angry. It's really not nice that you go to the market and things keeps on increasing daily. It doesn't happen in other climes, but I'm sure things will get better, and God will do it in His own way. Peacefully, the right people will be in place that will have conscience to do the right thing. People are not saying, oh, they want to have heaven on earth, but at least there are some basic things that should be in place so that life can go on. Good afternoon. Good afternoon. Welcome. Yes, please. Go ahead, sir.
Have you seen how people are talking more? So they think that the reason we that the military will take over the seat of the power. Did you see how people are not speaking now?
Oh, please do call back. Your line just went off. I'm trying to access the messages on Facebook, but the network is not really okay. What's going on? Good afternoon. Welcome. Welcome, sir.
Yeah, I'm Ignatius. I'm calling from Elebramo.
Yes, please.
Yeah, Maxwell, this thing is like it's becoming like a mystery. Like there's something they are not telling us. You know, I don't understand. A friend of mine told me in Brazil, where he's school, we are looking at this refinery as if you don't acquire $1 billion plus of land, you can't set up a refinery. He said even schools, universities set up their own refineries. Where they do and train their engineers there. They market products, don't even wait for the government to pay the lecturers. So I don't understand. Is it that these people here they don't know? They feel it that since the increment of this the price of this fuel, everything has skyrocketed. So it's common sense, that the economy revolves around this fuel.
And we have this at the back of our yard, our building. You know, what's our business with fluctuation of naira against the dollar for a product that you have here? Even the local government, I don't know, is there a law that prohibits states and local government to set up refineries? We should have these refineries, even at local government level. Even if your local government can only produce the one that will supply your area, if the other local government has, these other people have it, you know, they'll be fuel. They will product kerosene. Without people see kerosene, nothing. People suffer. And they hear this thing, they are not saying anything. I don't know. Is it that there's something they don't want us to know about this refinery? One of them is saying anything about it. Could it be they actually own the refineries over? They take our, they steal our, I would say they steal our products here, take it over there, refine, and then bring it back for us to buy at an exorbitant price. If that is not the case, why are they not fixing refineries? Okay, repair the ones the military give us. You're not repairing. Fix new ones. You're not fixing. And Maxwell, I don't know. Can you just check up and find out? Is there a law prohibiting the local government? Because they should also come in. I was expecting to hear that before now. This local government is already have that land. When they set up this thing, they will employ people. And do you know that since we are not able, we don't even produce anything. I would say we don't even export. If this thing can only be the only thing we export, people from around the continent, even from African countries, they will come and buy these products. And by the time they come, simple economy, they will want to change their own currency to naira for them to get this and stuff. And by that time, our naira will begin to appreciate. When I was in secondary school, you know, they said if you taste if a particular amount of currency chases a single one, you know, pounds coming, other currencies coming, and that will become a hot cake, you know. They will begin to look for it, and then our currency will begin to appreciate. From there, we begin to produce and export. We don't even export anything, we don't produce anything. The only one we have here, we don't want to export. I guess we are talking of naira, against the dollar. What's our business? They should fix the refinery for it to work, and if possible, issue more licenses and empower people to set up new work. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much for your time. Maxwell, all those criticizing or does not have hope in NLC should tell us the best option in this situation we find ourselves. INEC have failed us. The last hope now is the tribunal and NLC. Those who claim the protest is in the interest of the workers should tell us under what platform they force or they fall. If we who are not workers protest, the government will tag us hoodlums. We should encourage and not condemn the NLC. Thank you, Awa. You sent in that one. Maxwell, I doubt if the protest would achieve much. If NLC had acted earlier, we would have seen changes by now, but it's better they have started. They should sustain the protest till 1 week to gather momentum. But will Tinubu listen to them? Well, let's wait and see how it goes. Mr. Lucky, thank you. You sent in that one. Maxwell, the way Nigerian is going about this new government is wrong. This is not right. People should rethink before it's out of hand. David, can you just explain? Probably you would have explained better what you meant in your message. Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Maxwell.
Welcome, sir.
I'm Simeon. I'm calling from Delhi.
Yes, please.
Yeah, so the problem of Nigeria is multifaceted. Actually, our problem is not just the naira, dollar, whatever. The problem is refineries. And since government say they don't have interest in it, I tell you, if this refinery is being sold to $10 or sold to Ba, I'm telling you, it's going to function very well. I can't understand what is actually going on. Okay, fine. They want to borrow some amount of money. Use that money and establish a modular refinery here. Yes, no way. All what they want to do is to go and get the money and share it out. And meanwhile, the price of things are very, very high. Workers' pay is nothing. I got my money on what was it? I got my money on Monday, and the money is finished now. Because why? The prices of things have gone very, 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 very high. Is that kind of life to to just leave. So let Nigeria try and get our oil working. They should get the refinery working first before they can talk about anything else, or establish new ones, or sell it off. Or $10 is there, and they will just do it fine. Our life now will go back to as easy as anything. So that is just the way I see it. But I am sorry. Government don't have ears, don't have eyes, they don't have heart. So whatever thing we talk here, I am not sure that they are going to hear us.
Thank you very much, sir, for your time. We appreciate you. We'll go for the news, and when we'll come back, we're going to look at something very important. Taxi drivers plying some routes in Port Harcourt precisely with the situation that is ongoing in our country. But we must also take the blame somehow, whether you like it, whether you agree or not. Somehow, some of us have also encouraged these guys to make us feel as though we are substandard human beings, if there's anything of that nature. We're all equal in the sight of God, just as some few people are privileged to be in offices, and in other climes it is expected that people who control the resources use the resources to better the lives of the people. One set of people who have also brought down this country to its knees are the governors. The president has his own share of the blame. The people have their own share of the blame. But the people haven't really held their governors responsible. Governors use state funds as though it's his family money, and people applaud him. I've always said it, and I'll keep on saying it over and over and over again. I cannot applaud you for using my money to build road for me. I am paying you salary as a governor. I am taking care of your food, your clothes, your movement. I'm also training your children in school. So you can't use the money you are supposed to build road. When you build 1 kilometer or 2 kilometers of road, you expect me to hail you to tie wrapper and dance. Schools, 100,000. This small money. How much? If you remove 1 billion and you pay school fees of this set of people, do you know you would have lifted burdens off families? This, when they say palliative, what is palliative? You say you want to give 6,000, 8,000 to one whole household, when my gas can consume that for a month. Is that what you want to give the whole household? So where is the 13% derivation that has even increased now? How much do they receive monthly? These are the questions we should ask. So your governors, are they doing well? All right, so let's go to the other issue. Now, commercial drivers plying Oyigbo Eleme Abali Park, they are threatening that they will withdraw their services. Why? Because they said there's what they call continuous extortion and harassment. Chairman of Oyigbo Drivers Welfare Club of Nigeria, Christopher Ezeani.
Drivers at Federal Highway, the Federal Roads at Eleme Junction is uncalled for. And any attempt to resist it became very, very dangerous. contract drivers. And we can't engage them. They will
let's try and reconnect with you, Sir Christopher. Network is trying to be funny. Yes, sir. Christopher, are you there? Yes, the network. All right. Now, let's look at you're supposed to pay some certain fee. What are those legal fees that you're supposed to pay? Then I would also want you to outline the legal fees you are being charged daily.
My brother, all those fees, all those levies are unauthorized levies. They constitute those levies, target different kinds of levies. You will see chairman money, you will see loading and offloading, you will see taxi drivers, different. I have the pictures, I have the facts with me about 11 different types of tickets. So this is uncalled for. And any attempts to resist it, they will gather the driver, beat the hell out of the driver. If that's what I'm saying, you can set up a spy or on your own, enter any commercial vehicle coming from Oyibo. On reaching Eleme Junction, you will see them in their numbers.
They are armed robbers. They are backnighters. Let me go to that of the 13% derivation. I believe that having been said, they go
to players directly. Sometimes June, people speculated that it could be because of what happens when it comes to monies like this through the NFF. That is why FIFA are saying we'll pay this in direct. People say it's because of Nigeria. Later on, Infantino later backtracked that we're not going to pay the money directly to the players anymore. It wasn't feasible and all that, and they're still going to pay through the federation. But Fatma Samurai is saying, because of you, these monies, we'll put our eye on and make sure the money reach in our pockets. What do you make of this?
Well, it's an indictment because even though Nigeria was not mentioned directly, you could see when they say it's because of you. That's the reason why we are going to put an eye on it or pay you girls directly. It simply means that we don't trust whosoever source this money will pass through to you players, and that's why we are going to ring fence it. We're going to make sure that we put a close eye on it and what happens with it, so that it can reach the players as at when due, because we have a history in this country for doing things awkwardly. We have a history for cutting corners. We have a history for widespread corruption, and this has even been internationally acclaimed by our own former president when he said that Nigeria is fantastically corrupt. Former president said that. And when the U-turn was made by Gianni Infantino, there was an outcry, especially on social media, with several Nigerians saying, especially Nigerians saying, please, that money will not get to its destination. Players who even play back then, being old as far back as 2019, 2016, last World Cup, last qualifiers, the list goes on and on. I even have a colleague who was with one of the underage teams as a media officer back some few years ago, and she always told me that they have not paid them, they owe them few salaries and bonuses. And today I was forced to ask her, did they pay people that money? She said they paid us small. The other one has Otilot, so the other one is gone for both players and official of a particular set of underage women's national team. So we have a history for things like this, And so when FIFA says we can't pay you directly, but we'll pay through your federation, there was an outburst that we don't trust some of our federation, especially down here in Africa, where we have a history for always owing monies and making players pass through a whole lot of stress. Sometimes they even forfeit this money. So I feel it is the right thing to do. Now the NFF is in the eyes of the storm. Don't forget that $1.7 million document also was released to the public. It's also an extra eye on them that, hey, the world is watching, Nigerians are watching, you're going to give account of what comes in and what goes out. This is a country whereby we sign sponsorship deals. We only show you length of the deals, 5 years, 4-year contract, 6 years contract. We don't tell you the valuation of the deal. So how can we estimate how profitable or how small the deals were? And at the end of the day, you now hear them. ITO did not actually pay what they said they will pay. So we're just managing to go on with the competition. But you never told us that they didn't pay or keep their own part of the bargain. So we're believing that you didn't use the money judiciously. But at the end of the day, you now told us that ITO was not keeping their own part of the bargain. So these are the issues. Transparency is key. And if FIFA can put an eye to the last penny, we would deeply appreciate it, because if there's anything that Nigerians will do is I will continue to shout, we'll continue to talk, and thank God the world is a global village. Those who are in charge will hear, because every dime must get to the players.
Blessing, at this point, is it safe to agree that FIFA just looked at Nigeria? I mean, it sounds ridiculous that one country is the reason why a policy of this nature could be made by FIFA. Now, recall that there were outcry by some other countries too, when, you know, Infantino made the announcement, sometimes in a Congress in Rwanda, sometimes June, and then countries are like, I mean, if this is $30,000 was going to go to the players, then we're not going to pay you guys match bonuses and all of that stuff. But I'm thinking now, this is what Fatma Samora said. Just to quote her now, maybe I'm going to have to play the audio one more time. It is because of you that for the first time in the history of FIFA, the FIFA Women World Cup prize money will be paid directly to you. Will be ring fenced. I beg your pardon. The money has been ring fenced. All right, so I'm going to get that part of the quote as quickly as I can. So, what if it's a general statement? Yes, she was talking to the Falcons, but it's because of you. That place can be you, the players. So it's not just the Nigerian players, the Three Lionesses of England, the Matildas, so on and so forth, the Bayana, the players. So what if that is the angle that Fatma Samora is coming from, but just because it's just because she was talking to
the Super
Falcons, maybe people could hurriedly conclude that this is just about the Super Falcons. You know, what's your thought?
Reliance, if she wanted to talk about all of the players, I think she would have said it is because of players. But she specifically stated she went into the dressing room of the Super Falcons and said it is because of you. That's like a direct statement. I'm speaking to you, Super Falcons. I'm speaking to you, Nigeria. But Reliance, it's not a surprise, because Nigeria, we are always known for creating records, whether the records are good, whether it's bad, whether it's average. We're always known for creating records. Nigeria is the only African country that has participated in 9 FIFA Women's World Cup. That's a big achievement. So it's a record. Reliance, it was still in this same country that we heard that snakes swallowed money. So it is because of you. We're going to give you this money. We're going to checkmate this money, because we do not want to hear the stories that we've been hearing from your country. We do not want to hear the stories that we've been seeing from, because whether you like it or not, Eva said it, the world is a global village. Everybody is seeing it. Iron Rights call that NFF and told them pay them their bonuses. He's not a Nigerian. He doesn't know what is happening in Nigeria. I don't think Nigerian journalists have even called out NFF as direct as Iron Rights did. So that's to tell you that people are watching. They know what is happening in the country. In as much as we try to suppress it and sometimes we overlook what we're not supposed to overlook. So she has come out to say it is because of you. It's not like she's trying to let the whole world to know that it is because of Nigeria. And as we're giving them this money should get to these players. It's like a warning. I see it as a warning to the NFF. Because if this money don't get to these players, you will see a different side. This money should get to the players. So that's just how I see it.
I know that things have been tough. We have to face the realities of Nigeria. It pains me a lot. It's because of you that for the first time the prize money has been ring-fenced in the history of FIFA to ensure that it goes to you. FIFA Secretary General Fatma Samora in Brisbane in the locker room of the Nigeria Super Falcons after their goalless draw against Republic of Ireland said that she's going to be leaving after this World Cup anyways.
Reliance, I'm looking at that and I'm thinking, is it the ring fencing? I'm now putting having a thought of when you're tracking your car and your car is stolen from you. And so you put a tracker that when it gets to Oyigbo, you should stop. So if they're reversing the money, she didn't want to move from pocket A to pocket B. Please stop, don't enter. Well, but in the ring fencing, now we need to know more about the ring fencing because it's not enough to just tell us that you're ring fencing. First and foremost, even Gianni Infantino himself is a politician. We shouldn't forget that he also had to lobby the federations, different FA chairmen, president to be where he is today, and he's even getting on the post for the last two elections. So, what if at the end of the day, some federations come up with some flimsy excuses to do away with some portion of this money? For example, they tell you bank charges, or we have to process your money, or after tax or before tax, or we have to process your money from this currency to our local currency.
But I'm thinking that's where the ring fencing comes in.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. We need to know the repercussion. You know, the ring fencing. In case you fall foul, what are your offenses? Okay, what will be the punishment?
Yeah, in case
are you risking a ban? Are you risking forfeiture of your grant per year for how many years,
or even jail
are you going to be suspended? Jail term is going to be extreme, but at least with these little ones, if we could know the consequence of
any other punishment, will be to the detriment of the players.
Yes.
Okay, now from what I've been responsibility to see to it that these monies, there are what do we call them, anti-graft agencies in the country that might want to weigh into matters like this and conduct investigations.
Reliance, when you talk about the image of this country, I don't think anyone really cares because so many things have been going wrong and nothing has really happened. So I think this one is even a minute case that nothing is going to happen. I'm still trying to know who is going to be the person to come up. You say anti-graft agencies. We're going to probe who?
To probe the NFF. Not just this particular NFF.
The previous administration.
The previous administrations.
Well, Reliance, in as much as this is what each and every one of us will want, that these people should be probed. And if there's anyhow funds have been mismanaged that is making our football to go the way it is, let all those funds come back or let these individuals face justice. That's what we all want. But I don't think this is going to even happen. Because, okay, right now, this is what is coming from FIFA. Before FIFA made that kind of statement, is it that the anti-graft agencies in this country do not know that these are things that have been happening? Don't we have players in this country that have played for Nigeria in different levels that have complained about the same thing even before it got to the notice of FIFA? What did they do? If I even see you doing anything now, I think you just want to do eye service. You don't want to really do anything. And maybe after 2 or 3 months, it will be swept under the carpet as other ones has been doing.
Committee will be set up.
A committee they'll set up a committee. Even the committee member, even the person that want to head the committee will lobby to be among the committee, so that maybe you meet them somewhere and then they'll settle him and everything will just die down. So I don't feel that if the president want to make it right, I'm not even talking about anybody right now. I'm talking let it happen, no problem. Let us start another phase, because going back to all this issue, we've been hearing that I want to fight corruption. So maybe I've said
if
want to fight corruption.
If you let bygone be bygone, then I'm gonna do whatever I want to do. And believe that at a certain point,
what I'm
bygone
saying
will also be bygone.
What I'm saying is, all the times that they've said that they want to make those people that have stolen before return all the money, we saw how it went. In fact, the country even became worse than it was. So it is better that they forget about those ones. Then you start up a new one that you know that from this day henceforth, I'm going to look into each and every one of things. Anything they want to do, I will look into it. I will make sure that nothing happens.
Right.
That is the only thing you can
Reliance,
do now.
Yeah.
Remember last year, during and after the National Sports Festival, there was medal padding because of little change that people wanted to gain. Because you cannot compare that money to the one that NFF and FIFA is talking about. It's a little change. Now, up till this date, we do not know who was responsible for that. So that's to tell you the level of
But they corrected the medal table.
The medal table was corrected.
He had to take Daniel Igali
to
of
come out.
Bayelsa State to say, from my calculation,
I
wasn't expecting this number of medals. Please look at your books again. And when I quizzed him on that, when he came with Bayelsa Queens,
yes.
when they played Rivers Angels in Port Harcourt, I asked him about the medal padding and how he saw tomorrow. He said, well, he saw that from his own record keeping, he knew that the number of medals he was getting was over what he had recorded. And I asked him, what's the way forward? He said, there's nothing that anybody will do, because those who called that, who set up a committee and actually saw that, did not go after the people. So it's as good as thrown under the carpet. So the ring fencing, he said it was specifically for Nigeria, and let's see how they get away with this one.
Okay, so that is the story. Fatma Samura, the outgoing FIFA Secretary General, the first woman to become a FIFA Secretary General, by the way. She stated that she was in Nigeria working for the UN when she was given the appointment, and so Nigeria is her second home. Also, when she was talking to the Falcons, made this clear that it was because of you, when talking to the Falcons, that for the first time in the history of FIFA, they've decided to ring fence the money to ensure it gets to you when talking to the Falcons at the moment. So is this an indictment on the NFF? Now, what is ironical maybe is that NFL officials were there and they clapped to it. They clapped to the statement that the woman made. The leader of the delegation to Brisbane, Felicenia Sagu, was there by her side. They all clapped to it, and other NFL officials, they clapped to it is what it is at the moment. So let's go to matters on the pitch, guys, and talk about the FIFA Women's World Cup proper. Brazil out, eval. Jamaica into the round of 16. Italy out. South Africa into the round of 16. These are upsets. Were you foreseeing these ones coming?
Well, I did foresee that of Jamaica. I said if they were able to perform a little bit more, support the lady up front, Kadisha Shaw, then they will have a good competition. I stated that initially. I think the only reservation I had was Victor and I were contemplating on what will happen to Brazil. Victor told me that Brazil weren't as good as they used to be in the past, of which I argued that they will still pull through. But after that first game against France, you could see that they had something to offer in the competition. Very, very organized. You play in a group that has France and Brazil, and you don't concede a single goal throughout. Yes, they are the only team who has scored just one goal to qualify to the next round, but that's this discipline itself. So 3 games played in that group, 0 goal conceded, and today Brazil did not record a shot on target up to the 80th minute or thereabout. They made everything look impossible, impenetrable. And that is how good the Reggae Girls have been in terms of being organized and staying focused and holding their shape and stretching their opponents to make mistakes and waste their chances. So that's a very good result. The biggest in the history of Jamaican football in both men and women's game, because they take a step to the knockout rounds. More money for the ladies who were crowdfunded to be here. They had to open a GoFundMe account so that they could contribute some money for them to be at the World Cup. And here they've surpassed every expectations. And they were in tears after the final whistle had gone. For Mata, no more World Cup for her. This will be the last one. She retires and go home and enjoy her illustrious career of about 6 FIFA best awards. Then for South Africa, they have the talent. They can play, they're athletic, they can run, but they cannot hold out a lead. That has always been the problem. For 3 straight games, they were leading, or they led in those games. And today, led again. Before you knew it, they were trailing. And before you could say Jack Robinson, they found a way back into the game and believed a little bit more and got that winning goal. Am I so sure of how they'll perform in next round against the Netherlands? I'm not sure. I don't think they have a competition after the next run of this one, because Netherlands will just be too much, to handle. But Italy, Argentina, I saw it coming. I think we are looking at them with the men's games eye. They are not that good. Argentina have been a disappointment for a country who has Messi and Maradona, to performing that well. Poorly. They are one of the worst teams in this competition. Even Panama themselves have scored 3 goals today against France. So I feel that the Argentines have really been very poor and deserve to have been knocked out. Same for Italy. But so far so good. It's been an enjoyable competition. That gap is a little bit closing between the teams that we used to reckon with in the past and those that are coming up right now. The FIFA ranking has been smashed time and time again. Jamaica, Haiti, Nigeria, South Africa doing what they've done so far in the tournament really shows progression of the women's game. And a few more years from now, we might be seeing teams punching above their weight into the deeper stage of the competition.
Blessing. Nigeria versus England, South Africa versus the Netherlands. Let's keep it within these two first off. Who stand a better chance to progress to the quarterfinal?
Obviously, I would pick Nigeria. Not just because I'm a Nigerian, but I would look at what Nigeria has been able to offer. If you watch the 3 games that we played in the group stages, Nigeria did not show like they were the least ranked team in that particular group, because nobody gave them a chance. Nobody thought that they would actually go past Canada. Nobody thought that they would beat Australia. And at the end of the day, they did all of that and qualified. And also looking at England has not been convincing apart from this last game that they played.
Against China.
Yes. And China is China, you understand. But if you've watched England play their first 2 games, they struggled. 1-0, 1-0, they struggled. And if you look at our Super Falcons, we have the physique. And if we can use that, it will be to our advantage, because the English girls, they operate with space, and Nigeria should not give them the space. The Super Falcons don't give so much space. We saw how the midfield was so tight. That midfield is like a stronghold, and if the 3 lionesses can get past that midfield, then they would make a statement. But I do not think that the 3 lionesses can actually pose so much threat for the Super Falcons, because the Super Falcons have been fantastic throughout this World Cup. Then for South Africa, Ival has said it, they have a problem with their defense. You can't keep conceding goals, and you're meeting a team like Netherlands that is ferocious. If you've watched them, the Netherlands girls are not here to joke. They are just in their own lane, silently breaking through, silently causing havoc in this World Cup. So for the Bayana girls, they just really need to go back to their drawing board and see how they can cover up the spaces. They give too many spaces, and if you give too many spaces, you get punished.
All right, Uzo, would you want to throw a different line? Nigeria, England, and the Netherlands, or South Africa against the Netherlands. Who stand a better chance to qualify to the next team, or which team stands a better chance?
No, the Lions.
What?
It's very difficult right now. I wanted to see Nigeria, as Blessing have said, but when I remember Lauren James, I get scared, because sometimes I try as much as possible to see if I will be able to differentiate between if she's a man or a woman, or sometimes she plays as a man.
Based on how she plays,
That girl, please.
If the full squad was complete, she would not have started. So there's nothing special about Lauren James.
No, nothing special
about Lauren James. There's nothing.
She's too special. She's too special.
She's the youngest woman to have participated
of the Euros.
She wasn't. But then and now it's not the same.
We are talking about the youngest woman to have been directly involved in 5 goals in a single World Cup.
And so
Lauren James.
So I mean, well, Reliance. I'll still go with the Super Falcons because our midfield is a bit solid. The only way you can be able to maneuver that midfield is if you have very pacey players And then I still believe in my defense line. Yes, they are my defense line now. We have Alozie this side, we have Plumter this side.
So if you have Alozie, why are you scared of Lauren James? I mean, Alozie can, easily lock up James and ensures that.
Yes, it sounds like that, but that's not what happens on the pitch of play until then. But for South Africa,
have you forgotten what Kyle Walker did to Kylian Mbappe?
I didn't forget though. Now for South Africa, well, I don't even know where I'll start from, because I saw the match Netherlands play against Vietnam, 7-0. I saw the kind of goals. In fact, the girl I posted on the group today, she got her both goals outside the 18-yard box from same spot. So these are energetic players. These are fierce players, and the South Africans, they still have issues with their defense, unless they are going to do something within this week to see how they can be able to solidify that defense line. If they don't do anything, then they can get over 3 goals in the knockout stage if they don't do that.
All right, Eva, let's look at the chances of Morocco progressing to the round of 16. They currently have 3 points. But before then, breaking news, Gianluigi Buffon has retired from football following a legendary 28-year career. The 45-year-old previously stated that he intends to keep playing until the 2026 World Cup and had full intentions of seeing out his contract at Parma, which expires in June 2024. He took to social media to post a video of some of his best career highlights along with the caption, "Thanks. That's all, folks. You gave me everything. I gave you everything. We did it together." Now, Eva, back to the conversation on ground. So let's look at the chances of Morocco being the next African team likely to make it to the round of 16. They're currently third in Group H with 3 points after playing 2 matches, 1 win and 1 loss, behind Germany, who equally have the same number of points after playing same number of matches in that same order. But top of the group is Colombia, 2 matches played, 2 matches won, all 6 points. Ghana with 4 goals scored and 1 conceded, and they are taking on the table toppers. Let's make it group toppers tomorrow by 11 o'clock. What are the chances? Do you fancy them making it to the next round of the competition?
Not at all, because you're talking about the South American team that has so far played so well in this competition and has really underlined their intent to go as far as they can in this tournament. I saw their first game against South Korea. They were very conservative, but against Germany, it was more like one of the best games of the tournament, because we're talking about a team that is well oiled, the German side, with very high profile players in it, and they were able to get that result, which sends shockwaves all over the competition. So for the Algerians, I feel they came here to Ghana experience. South Korea have been the Moroccans. For the South Koreans have been one of the worst teams, the worst teams in this tournament. They've been very poor. I don't even see how they can make it in terms of transition from defense to midfield to attack. There was nothing there. Thomas Deneby is really struggling with the team. I couldn't see anything I could lay my hands on and say, okay, this is a good team. So for them to have gotten that victory against South Korea, it's not surprising. But against the Colombian side, even though the Colombians want to rest some legs, I don't still fancy them beating the Colombian side. The highest they will get is a draw, and expect a pummeling by the Germans on the South Korean. So it's more like a South Korea and the Germans and the Colombia side to qualify out of that group. I feel Morocco will have to come back again next World Cup. Ghana a few more experience and play better in the first game, because the first game is everything. It sets you up. It gives you confidence to go into the second game and apply yourself well. So they did it. They failed to do that in the first game. Maybe you talk about a very good opponent in Germany, but I don't feel they can get a result against Colombia. I see them getting knocked out of the tournament. All
right, so that's the case at the moment. Send your thoughts to us via the SMS and WhatsApp port 207019339996. So you look at the Falcons, who have qualified to the round of 16 against the 3 Lions of England, and also look at the Bayana, who have qualified to the round of 16 against the Netherlands. Who do you think stand a better chance, or which team stands a better chance to progress to the quarterfinal? I'm asking. And also, what do you make of the situation surrounding the announcement? That wasn't an announcement anyways. That was just a conversation between Fatma Samora and the Falcons. Probably, maybe Infantino Vital and say, Madam, why go cast this thing now? Why go cast this thing?
No, but Martino has spoken, before during the tournament, before the start of the tournament,
he did
spoke again. You know, in the first two matches.
Infantino was not that specific, that direct.
No, Infantino said they'll pay through federations. Finally, possibly they have it because the clamor has been there. We shouldn't forget these guys tend to read and they tend to tag them sometimes directly. So they see all these things, and we should be surprised if there's another U-turn still waiting for us in front.
We've seen U-turns, haven't we? Blessing. Harry Kane say go buy instead of come out. Say you don't do. He don't do. Say he don't to stay here. I'll say it's about time that he dip his hand into his pockets and buy himself out of the final year of his Tottenham contract to force through a move to Bayern Munich this transfer. This is according to reports in Germany. Now understand that Bayern Munich are seriously chasing the signature of the English international Harry Kane. All right, so I hope this is not going to turn out to be a Sadio Mane situation. If eventually this happens, Blessing, Sadio Mane is looking for his way out of Bayern Munich at the moment. It wasn't more or less a forced move from Liverpool, but he just didn't renew his contract and had to leave. But I mean, what do you think about this? And of course, which Premier League team would you say have done the best transfer so far?
Reliance, because before this summer transfer market, I actually thought that Harry Kane would be like the hottest player in the transfer market because of
you didn't see Victor Osimhen?
No, like in the Premier League, because last season, in as much as Tottenham were bad, Harry Kane scored 30 goals.
Yeah, 30 goals.
30 goals when Tottenham were so bad. That's to tell you how good this man is. This man has been consistent with his goal scoring form over the years. Like back to back, he keeps delivering for Tottenham. So I actually thought that other teams would be coming for him. And considering the fact that also he has just 1 year left, so I thought Tottenham would, reduce their price and gain something from him. But from the look of things, it feels like they're willing to let him go for free because they don't want to sell him. And Harry Kane is not keen on renewing his contract. Harry Kane has actually stayed too long in Tottenham. If you're a player that wants to win trophies, Tottenham is not the club for you. Look at every other player that has left. Kyle Walker left. Look at what he has achieved. Gareth Bale left. Modric left. So many players have left Tottenham and they've gone ahead to achieve great things. So Harry Kane should have looked at himself and said, no, I can't. He shouldn't have even renewed the contract that he renewed for 2 years. Now he wants to force a move to Bayern, because when you go to Bayern, you're almost guaranteed, you're 95% guaranteed of winning the Bundesliga minus other titles. And because it's over 30 years now, it feels like his career will soon start dwindling down. What will he have to show for? He wants the trophies. He's tired of the goals. He wants the trophy. So I think Tottenham should just sell him off, because if you keep him, he will not be happy. He might not give you that. And Tottenham right now should be focusing on rebuilding, because they've really gone so backwards. Other teams have stepped up. Brighton has stepped up. Aston Villa, Newcastle. They should be focusing on rebuilding. And when you want to rebuild, you cannot rebuild with Harry Kane, because Harry Kane's mind is no longer there. So I think Tottenham should just allow him to make that move.
Okay.
Then for the club that has done the best job, I think I would say Arsenal. Arsenal has been shocking me, because I'm seeing a move for Raya, and I'm wondering, you have Ramsdale, why are you going for Raya? And why did you go for Kai Havertz? So I think Arsenal has made some questionable transfer moves for me that I'll be looking forward to. Like, I want to see how all of this will pan out in the next season. So I think Arsenal has done a really good business for me, because Arsenal that we know before is like a stingy club. Arsenal bringing out over 100 million to buy Declan Rice, Reliance. Wow.
Okay, but you said they are questionable move. How do you reckon with them being the best, making the best signings at the same time?
Like, it's a shocker for me. So that's why I said Arsenal has shocked me. Because one, they spend so much money in buying Declan Rice, and Arsenal is going for Raya when they have Ramsdale. Arsenal brought in Kai Havertz that I still don't know where they will play him. So like, I'm wondering, why is Arsenal spending so much?
Okay, they work very close inches wide of securing the Premier League since 2004 last season, and so they want to close that gap. Just in case you forgot that, Eva, which club has done the best business so far in the Premier League?
Well, I'll look at it and I'm going to give it to Chelsea, because Chelsea transfer have been quite satisfying, especially if we look at their results in the pre-season. They look like they've turned the corner. They scored over 14 goals in the space of about five matches, and the players who have come in so far have come in with a new mindset. They hit the ground running, and they are still running. The likes of Nicholas Jackson and Kunku. What's his name again?
Leslie Ogochukwu.
No, let's get known
there are
back.
so many
Casade
Santos
and Santos have looked refreshing in midfield and also in the right back position. So it's more like a new look Chelsea side. Pochettino, the last summer series game against Fulham, I think that was the last game they played to lift that particular trophy. They did something during the water break. They allowed the microphone to pick the coach's voice, and you could hear Pochettino tell his players to keep the ball on the ground. He doesn't want the balls to be hit long. He wants them to retain possession. And as they returned and did that, I saw them get the second goal in that game. So it's more like the coach knows what he's doing. The players who have come in are assimilating the style and playing by that, and they are able to trim their squad and have made so much money from it. From players who didn't give even a tenth of what we know them to deliver last season, they're able to put a huge price tag on them and are cashing out. Harvest 65, Mason Mount 50, N'Golo Kante 27 for.
N'Golo Kante went for free.
27 for Kovacic. Koulibaly as well. So they are really cashing out. Their net spending is down, and they're getting very young, exciting players who are hitting the ground running right now.
Okay, it was which team for you?
I think I'll go with Chelsea too. Also, not really with the players they have now, but with the fact that they've been cashing out with the on the transfer. Sending this guy and these two guys, Havertz to Arsenal, then Koulibaly going to Mount United. Mount have played 5 matches now, no goal, no assist. I think. I don't really know how they want to do it, but I think Chelsea have made one of the best decisions in this transfer window.
All right, the likes of Liverpool have signed McAllister, Dominic Szoboszlai. Manchester United have signed Andre Onana. They've signed what's the name of that centre forwards, Rasmus Højlund, and then Mason Mount. Okay, it's not yet done. Man City have signed Kovacic. They are close. We learned that they are close to agreeing a deal for Josko Vardio, to join the club as well. And as much as they've been interested in Kyle Walker and Bernardo Silva and leaving the club, Riyad Mahrez has already left for Saudi Arabia. So for Newcastle United, Sandro Tonali, Harvey Barnes, are already in the building, while it is expected that Hull will have another go at signing Tino Livramento from Southampton before considering alternative options. So you want to tell me which Premier League club has done the best transfer thus far for you, and also weigh in on the question I asked earlier around the Falcons and the Bayana. Which of these teams stand a better chance to qualify to the quarterfinal, considering their opponent, as well as the revelation, more like it's from Fatma Samora, that now Falcons, I'm talking to you, is because of you that FIFA decides to ring fence the prize money to ensure it gets to you. 0817 0000951 and 0810 9510951. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Yes, please. Let's have your contribution and your name as well. Where you're calling from?
Madabuchi from Israel.
Go ahead, Madabuchi.
Yes, from the first question, the two African clubs, as African people, we wish two of them progress. We want to see two of them fly up the flag of African, defend African. But our Nigerians, it's our prayer that we come back with a trophy, if possible. I also want to talk about the
talk about it. Go ahead,
Yes, the transfer club made the transfer now. We are talking about Pepper.
and we are talking about men. It's next week when the league starts. Then we see them in peak. It's not all about money.
But you know, you've seen these players in their respective clubs before, their former clubs, right? And you've also seen the gaps in the clubs they've been signed for. So for now, that's enough to make a judgment.
Yes, you know, the problem we have here with England is that England overrun their players. Somebody like Declan Rice, yes, he's a good midfielder. But if Declan Rice, despite the market being hot now, Declan Rice is not worth up to 50 million pounds. Talk more of, because he's there in West Ham. So yeah, let's just justify him winning this
UEFA Conference League.
Apart from that, Declan Rice has done nothing.
All right.
Then to win 100 and so, but England, that is why you see them. England are not moving forward. You see, supposed to work best player, they are not there. See them functioning. They only function in England, not outside England.
Okay, let's leave it there. Thank you very much for saying how you feel or saying your thoughts regarding the conversation. Keep the calls coming in. Hi, good afternoon.
Reliable,
greetings to you, Eto from Romahola. Let's have your contribution. Yeah.
Reliance. It's a tough task for Nigerian Super Falcons. I didn't see this coming, but it's a tough task. What I want them and I expect them to play now is just for them to play defensive football, launching the attack. Even if they get 1-0, they play the kind of football of Diego Simeone. They pack them all away at the end of it. Even if they get the first goal in 27 minutes, 25 minutes, they pack them all away to match end. At the end of it, they will get the victory. But if they want to go all out to play against Three Lioness, we'll collect, my brother. I'm not going to lie, you will collect.
Okay.
Play a conservative football. At the end, we'll get.
All right.
So, in terms of a better market in the Premier League, I want to say both teams and both selling, Chelsea may have, I give them my 110%.
Okay.
Because I've not seen any club coming close. Not be by player that is already flopped in the eyes of people. But I so much thank God because they have already, Manchester United, I will thank them, Arsenal, for them to collect their most effective one from our hand.
All right, thank you very much. Let's leave it there. FIFA adoption of sending the reward money to our female footballers directly is an insult on the federations like Nigeria, who always meddle into or changing their team. It's absurd and a dent on the Nigerian Football Federation. What a disgrace. Your number ends with 4662 on WhatsApp. By the way, FIFA is still not paying them directly. FIFA will still pay them through their member associations, but the monies have been ring-fenced, meaning FIFA will monitor and ensure it gets to the players. Hi, welcome. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Your name and location, then contribution.
My name is Ernest, calling from Igbo.
Go ahead.
I want to congratulate the South African female team. The South African, they can beat the Netherlands, just that this South African, the problem they have is that I think for the last 3 matches, they have scored up to 6 goals. And also consider about 6 goals also. So if they can work on their defense, they can win the Netherlands.
All right.
All matches are not the same. So coming for the Nigerian female team, the Super Falcons. These gems that people are talking about, the gems, I think the gems played their first match and she played now. Yes. But they managed to win 1-0. So all matches are not the same. If you can come to that Nigerian match, the Super Falcons are frustrated. So I believe Super Falcons, at least if we have not been believing them all this while, it has come up that we should believe them now. For me, I believe they will win them. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Appreciate you for contributing. Hi, good afternoon. Go ahead.
Good afternoon.
And that's from Dele. Let's have your contribution.
Thank you very much. I'll be on the studio. Elias, I think the woman, the Secretary of FIFA that made that statement, the statement, although she might be referring to Nigeria, but I still think that statement is open for debate because you can use the word, the pronoun you.
In plural sense.
Yes, because,
That statement she made, in case of maybe she's accused of indictment, she can possibly make that statement that she's not referring to, she's referring to every participating in that tournament. And again, for Super Falcon and Diana, I think if there should be an offset, it should be South Africa.
Okay.
In every of their matches, in every of their match rather, they've all scored goals, and not just one. Like they've been trying to score 2 goals. But for our Falcon, out of the 3 matches they played, they conceded 2 goals.
And they scored 3
goals in one match.
All right, thank you very much, Ernest. Let's leave it there to make way for others. Good afternoon. My name is Sylvester. If rice is not worth 100 over 100 million pounds, so is Enzo. Is Enzo worth over 100 million pounds? Thank you very much for sending that one in. Good afternoon to you. Welcome.
Good afternoon, Neva. Good afternoon to everybody.
Go ahead. Name, location, and contribution.
My name is Greg. I'm calling from Port Harcourt.
Yeah.
Greg, yes. For FIFA, it's not in doubt. Even before they said it, I knew that it was because of Nigeria they decided to pay those money to the accounts of all of the players. I knew it, and nobody should be in doubt of it.
Okay.
Because Nigeria is the most corrupt country, and how are we able to say this type of negative behavior to the world? I cannot understand it.
All right, that's a mystery left to be solved. Some of our accounts okay, I didn't understand that part. Some of our accounts will win England and are going to face South Africa in the final, so that it will be easy to win the title. My name is Enzo. For me, the best team that have made the best signing is Aston Villa. Okay, thank you very much for sending that one in via the SMS and WhatsApp portal. Hello, guys. My name is D-Man. If I were a thief, I wouldn't steal what everyone else's eyes are on. There's a saying in our local parlance that waiting. Okay. I'm very certain that one is not for me. Okay. How anyone embezzle the money that the eyes of every Nigerian, including FIFA, are on? Is President Tinubu, the EFCC, not hearing all this saga? Now, wow, honestly, Nigeria have been ambushed in the night with all the guns aiming at us all. Now they've eventually opened their fire on us and our intelligence, but our God will protect us from them. Once again, D-Man. All right, D-Man, thank you for sending that one in. Now, this one says the Falcons will beat the English ladies because of their pockets, almost 100 million for them if they qualify. Niger Spirit must be involved this time. Jerome from Alu, thank you from the SMS portal. Hi, good afternoon.
Relax. You just got me up.
Ernest, let's leave it there, please. We're short of time. Good afternoon, Reliable Reliance, Blessing and Eva. FIFA General Secretary was talking directly to the Super Falcons because she wouldn't have said that statement in their dressing room if she was addressing the whole players. Nigeria facing England is a hard one. My 3 players from Manchester United are there, and Mary. Okay, Destin from Port Harcourt, thank you. Good afternoon, Sports Gang. Talking about which team will compete for Premier League this season or possibly carry it, it's Manchester United, Mr. White Prince from New Jerusalem. Well, that's not what we were talking about. Messi Man has played 4 matches with no goal and assist. Are you serious? Are you judging him with preseason friendlies? How many goals has Haaland scored in the preseason? Allow the season to start before you judge any player. I wanted to write Sir Onis from Uniport. Thank you very much. It goes soon clear for some people. Preseason is preseason, nothing more, nothing less. TM from Oyibo from WhatsApp. Thank you very much. Good evening, presenter. My name is David and I'm a taxi driver. Someone left a wallet in my car and contains a voter's card and 3 ATM card. My number is 09063728188 in case that person is listening. When one of your colleagues on Saturday said Brazil may not qualify from the group, I said he was crazy. So sad to see them out of the World Cup. Brilliant and talented individual. Falcons and Jamaica have made Mourinho proud with that bus parking style, but I promise him Pep will be glorified when the bus would be crushed by England and who Jamaica plays. Frank from Remo Croatia. Many thanks to Blessing for putting this one together, and we appreciate you. Unfortunately, we couldn't take more reactions. We'll make up for that tomorrow and possibly over the weekend. Thank you very much for being part of the conversation. Up next, news update at 4 p.m. Good evening.
Port Harcourt. Are you ready? Today, 95.1 FM, the voice of the people.
Port Harcourt. News update.
Thanks for joining us. Good evening. In the news update for 4, I am Lucky Maxwell. Members of the Nigeria Labour Congress, the Trade Union Congress, and their affiliate unions in Rivers State today took part in the indefinite protest called by the organized labor against the removal of petrol subsidy and other so-called anti-people policies of the government by the President Bola Tinubu-led federal government. The protest, led by the state NLC chairman Alex Agwanwo, began at the NLC Secretariat at D-Line, Port Harcourt, and culminated at the Government House in Port Harcourt. Alex Agwanwo, who spoke on behalf of the protesters at the Government House entrance, lamented that the hike in petrol price has led to general inflation without a corresponding increase in the salaries of workers. Agwanwo also presented the demands of labor to the River State Governor, Similala Ifubara, which include the immediate implementation of the resolutions with the NLC, jointly signed with government and the TUC, the immediate reversal of the increase in fuel price, school fees, the revamping of all the local refineries in the country, the payment of 8-month unpaid salaries of university workers, amongst other demands. In the meantime, the River State Governor, Similala Ifubara, has appealed to the organized labor to be patient with him and give him time to go through with his planned policies. Governor Fubara, who was represented by the Chief of Staff, Government House, Chidi Amadi, assured that the current challenges faced by the people of River State will be addressed beyond the palliative buses already provided to cushion the hardship brought on by the removal of petrol subsidy. The Independent National Electoral Commission says, contrary to what some people may think, it has nothing to hide regarding the conduct of the 2023 general elections. The INEC chairman Mahmood Yakubu stated this at the post-election review of the 2023 general elections with media stakeholders in Lagos State. Yakubu said there were many positive things that came out of the 2023 elections despite the many challenges. The chairman admitted that despite the challenges during the last elections, there will be continuous improvement by the Commission in conducting elections nationwide. On the foreign scene, nearly half of a group of Ukrainians detained by Russian occupiers in Kherson and interviewed by a team of international experts have reported widespread torture, including sexual violence. According to a new investigation by the Mobile Justice Team, which was established by the human rights law firm Global Right Compliance, in 320 cases examined in the southern Ukrainian province, many detainees recounted suffocation, waterboarding, severe beatings, and threats of rape. And that's the news update on Today 95.1 FM. I am Lucky Maxwell. Good evening.
Are you tired of paying rent? Wouldn't you like to own a house of your own? Stress no further, because with just 5 million naira, you can become a proud owner of a 2-bedroom apartment and 4-bedroom smart terrace duplexes in a serene environment within GRA. Yes, you can. Yes, you can. With just 5 million naira down payment, you can say bye-bye to house rent issues. Why not start today by investing in any of our off-plan project and spread the balance within a year and 6 months? Wow. So what are you waiting for? Activate your access to luxury living by dialing 0913-888-8892 or 0706-282-4485. Don't forget, you can also invest in any of our landed properties in different locations. Pay us a visit today at Odibola House, Yenwali Surim Layout, Tumbia Extension, GRA Phase 3, Port Harcourt, or online via www.odibolaproperties.com. Follow us on social media and win big in our Big Fridays giveaway. Facebook at Odibola Property, IG Odibola Properties, and Twitter Odibola Properties.
You may wonder why we chose to dabble into broadcasting. It is because on Today FM, we understand the right of every person and every group to fair coverage. In bringing you the news, we give you a platform to share your views. We give you a voice. Your premium talk radio, Today 95.1 FM, the voice of the people, the people, the people, the people.
and greet.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning. You're welcome to Jagbajantis High School. My name is Sound Sultan, your new mathematics teacher. By the way, do you understand pidgin English?
Yes, sir.
Okay, now what we go use henceforth? Okay, carry your paper. Hey, them for my class. People of this world, them plenty. Things of this people, many, so many. Many times plenty, multiplier. Many times plenty, multiplier. Multiply, the answer you get now waiting.
Hello, good afternoon to you, and welcome to today's edition of the Platform on Radio on your number one premium talk station, Today 95.1 FM, Port Harcourt. My name is Prince Ajubo. Of course, I'm here to give you insight into some of the news reports making the rounds. We'll begin straight with what we've got for you on the menu, talking about the headlines. Organized labor commences nationwide protests against policies of President Bola Tinubu-led federal government. Commercial drivers plying Oyibo Eleme Abali Park route announced plans to embark on strike over continuous extortion and double taxation. Suspected policemen reportedly extort youths of 5 million naira in Port Harcourt. And people of Rundele in Emuha local government area organized grand reception for Mary Kekwaru for returning $70,000 found in hotel.
Hey, accountability.
If you've been a chocolate,
hey,
I beg you take
time easy. S for solidarity.
Members of the Nigerian Labour Congress, the Trade Union Congress, and their affiliate unions in Rivers State today took part in the indefinite protest called by the organized labour against the removal of petrol subsidy and other so-called anti-people policies of the government by the President Bola Tinubu-led federal government. The protest, led by the state NLC chairman Alex Agwanwo, began at the NLC Secretariat in D-Line, Port Harcourt, and culminated at the Government House in Port Harcourt. Alex Agwanwo, who spoke on behalf of the protesters at the Government House entrance, lamented that the hike in petrol prices has led to general inflation without a corresponding increase in the salaries of workers. Agwanwo also presented the demands of labor to the Rivers State Governor, Simeon Fubara, which include the immediate implementation of the resolutions with the NLC, jointly signed with government and the TUC, the immediate reversal of the increase in fuel price, school fees, the revamping of all the local refineries in the country, the payment of 8 months unpaid salaries of university workers, amongst other demands.
Poverty. The rich are being enriched on daily basis. This is our demand. Number one, we ask for immediate implementation in good faith of the resolutions with the Congress jointly signed with government and TUC. We request for immediate reversal of all anti-poor policies of government, including the recent hike in PMS price, school fees, and VAT. We ask that our local refineries in Port Harcourt, Warri, Kaduna should be fixed immediately. We ask that the release of 8 months with test salaries of university lecturers and workers should be paid. We ask that the federal government accord appropriate recognition and support to the Presidential Steering Committee and the work of ISO committees, and will ask for the payment of put to stop of all inhuman actions and policies of government. Solidarity.
In a response, the Rivers State Governor Simeon Fubara appealed to organized labor to be patient with him and give him time to go through with his planned policies. Governor Fubara, who was represented by the Chief of Staff, Government House Chidi Amadi, assured that the current challenges faced by the people of Rivers State will be addressed beyond the palliative buses already provided to cushion the hardship brought on by the removal of petrol subsidy.
His Excellency has also asked me to tell you that the mandate given to him by the people of Rivers State to serve them, he will not take that mandate for granted. His Excellency has assured that he feels the plight of his people, the pains that our people are going through, and you can assure with me that His Excellency is the first governor in the entire length of this country that went ahead knowing the implication, feeling the implication of that decision to release free buses for the people of Rivers State. His Excellency has also asked me to let you know that difficult times require difficult decisions, and has asked that I should appeal to each and every one of you to be patient. You have presented this communique. I will present to him, and he will definitely ensure that it gets to the appropriate authorities at the national level. At the state level, he has asked that I should assure you that he is restless and he is ever willing to do everything humanly possible within his power as the governor of Rivers State to ensure that the current challenges that are being felt by not just only members of the labor, but the generality of the masses of Rivers State, that those challenges are properly addressed. He has asked me to tell you to be patient with him, to come on board and work with him, to give him the necessary support and give him time to see the manifestation of the policies that he has already planned and to put in place.
Meanwhile, here's what some residents of the state are saying about the protest by the Nigerian Labour Congress.
I think it's the right and the high time that the NLC will stand on their ground. They should go for this strike. They should let the federal government know what their citizens are suffering. We are going through a lot of challenges. People are suffering. People are dying. There is hunger. How do we relate with the federal government? Who will go and speak to them that they will listen? What are the necessary actions are we supposed to take? The NLC are the one we are looking at.
For me, if the NLC will go on strike, I'll be really happy. Because if today they decide to go on strike, next day they might not go on strike, and it's really affecting us. Personally, I've been affected by this fuel subsidy, and the government needs to hear our voice.
LNC, they don't care about the masses, they only care about themselves. If they postpone or they cancel the strike tomorrow, not be surprised. They never stick to their words. Normally, the decision of them is supposed to be the decision of the masses.
All right, talking point now. From that, you hear that the people ordinarily do want the organized labor to push on through with their demands until every single one of them have been met by the federal government. But let's bring the court to you now, the mic to you. What do you make of this? The NLC is demanding several things. You heard them, but most of the top ones are that they're saying that the increase in public school fees and the recent hike in petrol price should be reversed. They also talked about the release of 8 months withheld salaries of university lecturers and workers. The union is also demanding an upward review of the minimum wage from 30,000 to 200,000 naira. In one state, in fact, Kaduna State, the labor there is asking for the reversal of the petrol price, the pump price of petrol, to 185 naira per litre. Okay, so what do you make of all of these demands? And for NLC too, what do you make of NLC for finally making good their threat to go on a strike? Previously, in the last 8 years or so, they never did. They threatened, but they never did carry out with their threats. And how do you think this protest, they've called it indefinite, how do you think it's going to play out? And I'm wondering too, as I said, they couldn't do this for a long time. Why? What do you think finally made them to embark on this strike? Here are the numbers to call to be a part of the show: 0817-0000951, 0810-951-0951. And for your messages, both WhatsApp and text, 0701-9339-962. Please, when you call in, remember you have just 1 minute to express yourself here on the show, so ensure you make good use of it so I don't cut you halfway. Thank you for complying. Hello, good afternoon to you.
Good afternoon.
You're welcome to the show. Your name, please?
Hector.
Okay, Sector.
Hector.
Hector. Okay. Hector, go ahead, please.
I think the NLC is not asking much. It is just left for the government to reverse all the decisions they've made so far. Reverse the fuel pump price, the tariff, the school fees, and everything. And also the minimum wage should also be increased. So it's not much. It's not
okay.
Government have what it takes to fulfill this request.
So you think government will give in to their demands?
Of course, now they have what it takes. The Nigerians have suffered. Nigerians are only
no. They have what it takes is one thing, but actually willing to do it is another thing.
They should do it. They have. Right. They should just show the will.
All right. All right.
They have suffered enough.
Okay. You too. Thank you very much for your time. Hello. Good afternoon to you.
Hello.
Yeah. Good afternoon.
Maxwell. Good afternoon.
This is Prince. Happy New Month to you, by the way.
Oh, Prince, thank you. This is Miriam from Okrika. Adibo.
Yeah.
Oh, thank you. Adibo, see, for once, I want to say thank you to the NLC at least. They've made good their promise. But I want to plead that they keep at it until there is a result. At least there is a tangible promise, not just one of these promises we've been hearing. There's a tangible promise.
What's the difference between a promise and a tangible promise? A promise is a promise.
I do see there are promises you make that, you know, as you're making them, your plans are already going on. You know, your plans are already going. You're already carrying it out. You're promising, and you're just carrying it out immediately at the same time. So that's the kind of promise I mean, because what they're asking is not what will just happen immediately when the president comes out. You know, but at least let us see that the president is carrying out steps to ensuring that these promises will be completed and give us a specific time when these things will be concluded. Honestly, this we need to support Labour. Honestly,
okay.
Thank you.
Thank you. And there's this thing too. I wonder. Maybe I should just bring it in here. When it comes to issues like this, you hardly find the chief executive coming to address workers. The president does not. At the state level, you don't see them coming to address. They usually send somebody to do the addressing on their behalf. This is not what they do when they're asking for your vote. But we find this thing happening every time we have this kind of situations. What do you make of that as well? Okay. Hello, good afternoon.
Yeah, hello, Mr. Prince.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Yes, Mr. John from Dakota.
Okay.
I must commend Labour for their efforts so far. They really tried, despite the little time they had for mobilization. Yes, people turn out. Despite the court about nonsense. So it's a protest.
Okay.
Work still went on today. Yeah. So that's what I want to say is that of Rivers State, the governor they went to the government house and submitted their effort, their report. And what on the government. So I see other states that is making some moves. Like Kwara State, Imo State, giving 10,000 to civil servants for 6 months, and some have commenced, even those states. So some are doing these things. That of Rivers, the only thing we have seen is the boss. So pray that the government should do more.
Okay.
Like other states too, like are doing. And Rivers State has money more than those states. So the governor should endeavor to, carry out some of the agreements.
Okay. Thank you very much. But let's not forget this. Let's not lose sight of what the word palliative means. Palliatives never solve any problem. They are supposed to be temporary measures. So whatever we're doing, we should be looking at the larger picture in the long run. What happens in the long run? So remember this: palliatives never solve any problem. Okay, so the thing is not about palliatives, but the long-term measures that will mitigate all of these the challenges, the hardship that have been brought about by the taking away of petrol subsidy. And then too, there's a distinction between fuel subsidy and petrol subsidy. But let's move on with the show. Hello, good afternoon.
Jubo.
Yes, I'm back again. Good afternoon to you. Give from Yenagoa.
I missed you, my brother. You are welcome.
Thank you.
Yes. Let me tell us, as far as I'm concerned, just like what Kelly, my man in the morning was saying, it's just fitness work.
Oh.
Yes, fitness work. A situation where workers were in their offices doing their job.
It was not a strike. It was a protest.
That was why Kelly couched it this way, that it was a fitness work.
Okay.
Fitness work, that's all. Nobody should come and deceive himself that protest took place today. It was that superb. No.
Why would you say that?
Workers were in their offices. Just try it.
No, but what happened? What about those people who were out? Were they not workers? They had nothing to do.
Let me tell you, the people that normally carry out the day-to-day jobs were in their offices today. In fact, in Rivers State, do you know that I listened to the interviews? Please, I don't know if your reporters went there. They were praising things for Bara.
No.
They were thanking God for promotion. They were thanking God for payments that they are witnessing now.
Where did that one happen? Where?
Yeah, I am telling you what I listened to. That was why they said they decided not to join anybody. That they have no business.
Okay, what about you? What do you make of the protests? You think?
I'm not in support of it because you want to cause more hardship for Nigerian people as far as I'm concerned.
All right.
Forget about people.
All right.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much. So there are some Nigerians who really do not care about this, or who really not about sitting on the fence. They really are against the protest. If you're such a person, I'd like to hear you call us and then tell us why. Tell me why you are against something that ordinarily, as they say, should bring succor to suffering Nigerians. They say the hardship is becoming unbearable. Hello, good afternoon. Good afternoon to you.
Good afternoon.
Yeah, you're welcome to the show.
My name is Samuel Q, calling from Kola.
All right.
I want to first of all commend NLC for taking this bold step.
Okay.
Because this is the only time they can work on it. Now that the federal government and other people, they have their case in tribunal.
Okay.
So this is the only time they can fight them, and they are fighting them at the appropriate time.
All right.
So they should not relent. Even though people are castigating them, people are saying negative things against them, they should stand their ground. Maybe after now, the protest might lead to maybe on the normal strike. I want them to continue so that they will meet up their demands.
Right.
And this is the only time, like I said before, after now they cannot hold them again because they are bold of it. This is the only time their case is in tribunal. This is the only time they can hold them responsible. That is my own. Thank you.
All right, thank you very much. It's 22 minutes past 6 o'clock, and it is the platform on 95.1 Today FM. For that, of course, I'm Prince Ajuba. I'll take one message, then I'll return. We go to the second story on our plate. Good evening, Mr. Ajuba. Be rest assured that none of those things demanded by the NLC will be done. Ajuba, can you tell me how many times the NLC protested regarding demands upon demands? Ajuba, take it or not, nothing will be done. Ho-ha. My name is Eme Kenneth from Port Harcourt. All right, and going by hindsight, I'm sure. Somebody without political value should be called. Okay, we don't do this. All right, and before I move on, there's this someone on his way to Lagos bus stop in town from Rumokoro chanced upon a brown envelope with a particular name written on it. The name is Gideon, Daniel Gideon. The brown envelope contains some documents with the name Gideon Ewo Uche. All right. If you're that person, could you please call these numbers if you lost an envelope, a brown envelope, on your way to Lagos in Port Harcourt Township. Okay, please do well to call this number 0873 5091 212. The number again is 0803 5091 212. The other number you could call is 0805 450 9047. Once again, 0805 450 9047. Let's move on now with the next story. Commercial drivers plying the Oyibo Eleme Abali Park route have announced plans to withdraw their services following continuous extortion and harassment from some groups. Chairman of the Oyibo Drivers Welfare Club of Nigeria, Christopher Izani, who made this known in an interview with Today FM Sandra Kenneth, said despite the hike in petrol prices and the falling standard of living, they were still mandated to pay illegal fees ranging from 300 naira and above. He also explained that some commercial drivers were working based on high purchase, adding that despite the absence of any palliative, they were being forced in different parks to pay illegal fees. Christopher, who noted that the strike will commence on Monday, 7th of August, stated that they have been faithful in paying their taxes, but expressed frustration that the state government is here to stop double taxation in the state. We'll take a listen to him now.
We can no longer accept being forced into submission to buy unauthorized levy worth 3,500 at Eleme Junction by some group of boys that recruited themselves for exploitation on commercial drivers operating from Oyibo to Abale Park. We have come on air severally for the government to intervene, but no attention. These reasons, we are embarking on strike for 1 week. We also urge our employees to bear with us during this period. We can only buy government tickets. our operation is no longer conducive because of the threats by the hooligans at Eleme Junction. We have recorded so many attempted murder, assaults, bullying, and destruction of vehicles on attempts to resist the exploitation from the unauthorized levies. We can no longer bear the hardship coupled with the high cost of fuel, vehicle spare parts.
Right, talking point. We know these things, so we'll not dwell too long on it. How come this problem still persists in this state? I'm not saying this is the only way it happens, but we're concerned with what's happening here in Rivers State. Of course, if it's happening in your state, you're listening to me from somewhere around the Niger Delta, it's happening in your state or in the east, of course, do well to call us. How come this thing is still happening? And why are commercial vehicle drivers left at the mercy of different individuals and groups? You know, we know how thuggish some of these people can be. Why are they left? Why is the government not doing something about this, knowing that these people contribute to the economy? Talking about the commercial drivers, they contribute to the economy of the state. The numbers remain the same. Hello, good afternoon. Hello. I can't hear you. Okay, you may have to call back. I'm so sorry. Hello, good afternoon.
Yeah, hello.
Yes.
Mr. Ajibo, good afternoon.
You're welcome to the show.
Yeah, Mr. Ajibo, my name is D1.
Okay.
And I am calling from Port Harcourt.
All right, good to have you.
Honestly, I really wanted to contribute on the first the breakfast, but it's past the breakfast. If only you can give me the privilege.
You know, I don't want us to keep on breaking the rules. The rules, you have to wait until we get back. I'm so sorry, because if I give in to you, another person will ask for me to give in to them too.
I do. I will not say because the thing is not favoring me, and I will not understand. See, the Eleme Junction thing, the martial box, my dear, please, I want to say, sponsor it for nothing. I always call Maxwell, but those questions are so I go to Eleme Junction yourself. They are come to you cry out. Please go, I mean my love. Also, Ajubo and Maxwell put their own journalistic investigation. Come, okay, so that we have to go at Tom Lowe. That's not seen. People were saying that the former governor one I have respect for, that started that motor thing and whatever. But you now, governor, it's not that way. We have known you as a very gentleman. Don't politician. You are a spirit man. Please, governor, go and do something about this. If the other governor looked the other way around and played us, telling us that we introduced one single waiting.
There's something tax, yes.
Through one Abiati, one man like that.
That's not a. I'm trying to remember his full name. Yes.
Thank you. And it was a trick. It didn't work that way. Please, my governor Fubara, but not.
All right.
I don't think please go and solve this problem.
Okay. All right. Thank you very much.
No, sorry, I will hand up now. Governor, please. Don't. I know you can't be everywhere every time, but not the kind of person you want to send there. Not the one that can be bribed. They are very rich there in that element.
All right. We need to go now. Thank you so very much. Hello. Good afternoon.
Hello, good afternoon. Once more.
You're welcome. This is Prince Ajubo. What's your name and where are you calling from?
Hector.
Okay, Hector, you called back. Good. Go ahead, please.
Okay. On these illegal levies on transport people and
all over the states. All over the state.
I think it is really an overflowed issue, an overflowed topic. We discuss this matter over and over again. Yet, the authority concerned has refused to do anything about it. It is on public domain that these boys does not just operate. They operate based on community permission. It is the community boys that even make use of this. But if you go to most of those bus stops and junctions, you will find out that some of the buses that operate are not even from the state. They are from other states. But they cannot just operate without the permission from the communities in that area because the community benefits.
Are you saying that is right? It's not illegal because the road
is illegal.
Okay.
It is illegal, but even the local government in question, they are also aware. I believe they are aware, but they refuse to do anything. You know why? It is alleged that when election and campaign comes, they make use of these same boys to perpetuate their havens. Election material.
So what do we do about it? Should we? What do we do about it?
What do we do about it? We continue to talk. Okay. We continue to talk against it until the authorities in question do something about this, because they are also causing a lot of action to take upon the society.
All right. Thank you very much. Because I cannot really wrap my head around it. Okay, the land is really not yours. It's past. Yes, this is Rivers State. This is Nigeria. When roads are built, compensations are made to people, who had property around that area. So when it's done that way, it means the land belongs to everybody. The road belongs to the federal government, to everybody, to the state. And so one group of persons, I don't think there's any sense in it anyway. And people are just being this entitlement kind of mentality and laziness. Does this happen along the waterways at jetties? No, it doesn't. Just the union and the government is what you pay money to, and you do your business. So I don't know why nobody's doing anything about stopping this. It's really very annoying. Okay, I'll move on to the next story because we've got two more stories to handle, and so we have enough time to handle all of them. Suspected policemen have reportedly extorted 5 million naira at gunpoint from two youths after arresting them in Rivers State and taking them to Delta State. The men, who operated in a Sienna vehicle without plate numbers and wearing jackets to cover their name tags, had intercepted the two young men at Krengeni Road in Omoko, in Obaebe Mandani local government area of Rivers State. Our source said the suspected police officers arrested the victims after labeling them as Yahoo boys and later took them to a filling station where they used their victims' ATM cards to buy petrol for their police vehicle. Our source further disclosed that the suspected police officers thereafter took over the vehicle of the two men and drove them to Haley in Delta State, where they withdrew 5 million naira from the account of one of the young men at a point of sale operator whom they had called. It would interest you to know that Governor Simeon Fubara had last month lamented the activities of some police officers who use a Sienna vehicle without plate numbers to harass and extort youths in the state. Talking point now. Do you think, this is one of the things we keep talking about, on radio and even on this show. Do you think this act, brazen act, of extortion, we want to go with the reports of this young man now, okay, because it's not new. You think it will ever come to an end? And will the authorities in charge ever do anything? They don't really mean it when they say they intend to stop this. The other time we had the AIG Zone 6, come up to say something concerning this. What's his name now? Benson Okolo. So do you think this will ever end? And how can citizens, what measures can individuals on their own adopt to protect themselves from these kind of corrupt law enforcement officials? All right. Hello? Okay, missed that one. So sorry. You have to call back. Hello?
Good afternoon. My name is Samuel Chio, calling from Kola.
All right, Samuel. Your radio set. You will need to move away from it, please.
All right.
Thank you.
It's clear now.
Yeah, go ahead. It was clear early on, but your radio was interfering with our conversation. But go ahead.
All right. This police officer is taking money from Nigeria.
Your radio. You know now.
I'm not there again.
But your radio is loud and it's chasing you wherever you are. Please, let's do this quickly.
I said that these are politicians, these are officers, police officers extorting money from our Nigerian youth. You see, sometimes I blame our Nigerian youth because I can see when they're conducting youth election in Nigeria, I can see how important the government takes it upon themselves. But I don't know why our youth have become so reluctant to their extent that they cannot even stand up after the NSAS saga, after the NSAS issue.
our youth is to stand up and still say something, because Nigeria, you have seen Nigeria, it is only God that is protecting us. As I speak to you right now, it is only God that is protecting us. Because the last time I had police issue, I went to police. Do you know what they told me? That I have to register, that I have to pay for the fine that will come and arrest the person. That I have to, the IPO that will sign the matter. It takes me a lot of money. And when it comes to extorting money from our youth, it's because it's not even far. They don't take action immediately. So please, what I will advise our youth is, number one, they should stand firm, and also if they can, they should also resist these police people. Though we know they are carrying arms, and that is the only thing that is going to power to do what they are doing. But I also want to use this medium also to call the governor, to call the government to call his attention. That the extortion in Rivers State, the money they are collecting from our
all right.
It's too much.
Yes, thank you very much. But when you said resist, I don't know what you meant there. And it's not just extortion; it's both kidnapping and extortion. It's not any different from what the criminals, the professional kidnappers do. It's not any different. Hello, good afternoon.
Hello, Prince Ajibo.
Yes, good afternoon to you and welcome.
Good evening. How work?
We're doing well.
It's Emeka from Cuba.
All right, good to have you on the show.
Yeah. Prince Ajibo, all this station extortion, it's not grammar. I'm telling you, not grammar. Nobody go tell me, say, no way, what thing they do for you. Just go to Mosi Junction for night. If they close to a station, then I just one pole. Last night, after making it, they come back around the 7:30 to 8. More than 10 police, both women and men. They don't even wear shoes. Some wear the true slippers. Some wear pants. They collect money from drivers.
But they were wearing uniforms.
Yes.
Okay.
Some wear pants. Some wear the true slippers. Papa demo. We don't old. All fact they collect. Abro they collect. Police they collect. They will arrest each other, who will monitor each other. Look, we need to deceive ourselves. We're not these small people. Look, they do like we need to see things when they happen. Now, solution, the who, now police, all of them, they do the same thing, the same point. The same, we are seeing it. Not the same, I hate something.
Okay, all right.
Thank you.
You too. Yeah. Thank you for your time. All right, one last call. Hello?
Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon to you and welcome.
Matthew, this is Akuku from Apoke.
All right, but this is Prince, not Maxwell.
Okay. My brother, you see this taxation you are talking about on two drivers. I hope it's what you are talking about.
No, I'm talking about extortion by policemen.
Yes, that's what you are talking about. The extortion taken from the drivers have become much, not even the police alone. Let me tell you, from a jail where we are seeing, from a jail to a greet, and you start about the 5 taking point of police collecting money. When you go to after that, you go to from where they call that law to Port Harcourt. If it is any money, to be able to spend 1,000 going, coming back. When I said that's Rumokoro police.
Rumadmaya.
Rumadmaya, yes, that Rumadmaya police. When you are going, you pay. You are coming, you pay. Those people are the worst people I have ever seen for this life. Those police people. And they say, when this one collect, he shift. And that boss come and that person come up with a pick. Sit down to police for Rumadmaya. Those are worst people who are within.
So is there nothing the people can do about it? Is there nothing?
What can you mean? Okay. If you come, they say they use the driving license to convince. I know that they will hold your paper, hold your driving license. The passengers will come out of that bus going their own way. They are wasting time. One not give you 100 naira. You don't know what to do again.
Okay.
I get in my point. It is government to put eye. Tomorrow, I need to come in. Commissioner of Police will talk the same thing.
Okay.
Police is collecting money. They know them.
All right.
But I said, listen, let me tell you. I asked one of police lady. So why people, they say they always give return to the GPO. That is the only excuse they give.
That they will feed their family. They cannot go home and they're touching their money, which the government is paying them, that they cannot reach them.
All right. Thank you. We need to go. It's the same with everybody. Our cash will not be, it's never enough for us. I'll take home pay, never enough. And so should we resort to extorting people? Okay, this will have guns, but we don't have. What can we do? Let's move on. The paramount ruler of Rundele in Emoha local government area of River State, Eze Damien Ejoho, has called on the OHAS, the Council of Chiefs, Elders, Opinion Leaders, Women and Youths of the community to come out en masse on Friday to welcome their daughter, Mary Kekwaru. A statement jointly signed by Eze Ejoho and the councillor representing Rundele Ward 7 at the Emoha Legislative Assembly, Emenike Wokama, said the event is in celebration of their daughter, Kekwaru, on an exceptional display of honesty in returning $70,000 misplaced by a guest at her workplace in Lagos State. According to the statement, the event will hold on Friday at the Oviriwori in Mwela, that's Mwelia village in Rundele community, saying that the character Mary Kekwaru proved by her character she proved whom Rundele people are to the world. Okay, talking point. Yeah, I know what this story is like, but let's just look at the motivation, why people have to wait. I don't know, maybe that's the only time people can do things like this. But what do you make of this? We know that the Ikwe local government chairman and the Emoha local government chairman also did some kind of reception and gave her cash gifts. I think so, yeah. Now, to what extent do you think such actions will go towards inspiring selfless acts in people? Some people say due to how the world is, the world has gone so down moral that people will be people, bad people will be bad people no matter what, and then good people will be good people. You think this kind of actions or acts could inspire bad people towards being altruistic in their treatment of others? Do you think this kind of actions will cause a man who wants to steal or want to indulge in some crime to have a rethink, or this is just some people trying to, as they say, catch some cruise on other people's successes or achievements, so to speak? Okay, let's hear what you have to say. The numbers, yes, if you're just tuning in, the numbers are 0817-0000951 or 0810-951-0951. You could call any of those two numbers. Hello, good afternoon. Hello? Okay, for your messages, the number to call, to send your messages to is 0701-9339-962. Hello, good afternoon.
Afternoon, President.
You're welcome.
This is Sam calling from the line.
All right.
Welcome. I listened to you 2 days ago.
Thank you.
Okay. Yes, let me commend the MOA. The guy has shown that they trained her well. That is what we expect everybody to do in this country. So I will move this country
okay, so answer the question. Do you think these kind of actions can lead other people to behave this same way the young lady behaved?
Yes,
okay.
People are now commending her, giving her, in short, I even want my governor to even honor her. The River State government honor her.
Okay.
Yes.
All right.
Yes, I'm telling you, it will motivate others to follow suit.
Okay.
Thank you and God bless you.
You too, thank you. But I know people who have also, though they praise her, but they're like, man, this girl, some even called her names, as in called her a fool for doing what she did. And you'll be surprised too that some of these persons who are praising her, who are honoring her, if they found themselves in the same situation, they won't do what she's done. No, yes, even in matters of elections, they don't do the right thing. But it is what it is, and sometimes things have to happen like this for some persons to come out and identify publicly with you. Publicly, I don't know if they'll do same. Outside the view of people. Okay. Hello, good afternoon. Hello.
Prince Ajubo.
Yes, good afternoon.
Afternoon. This is something calling from Yenegua. Why does it make big news when people see
some other person still and return it in Nigeria. Why does it make news?
Because of the kind of country we find ourselves. Yes.
You said what?
No, the kind of country we find ourselves. People break into your house to rob, not then tell me what they will do when they find your thing lying outside.
No, yes, people, even abroad, people do that. But when you find someone's money or whatever,
yes,
you have to return it.
Yes.
It's not yours.
Yes. But,
it's not yours.
But you know, with the poverty as well, the temptation to keep it for yourself is very great. You will agree with me?
No, I will agree with you, and it goes to just show one thing, that here in Nigeria, we are not sincere at all. We are not sincere people. That's why things like this will make the news. We are not sincere. That's what it goes to say. And that's the problem we'll be having in all facets of our national life. The same thing we keep saying. People are not sincere. That's just the simple truth.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right. Thank you very much. I think something similar happened in, was it Liberia, where was it a taxi driver or commercial motorcycle driver chanced upon, I think it was $10,000, you know, that was forgotten somewhere by someone. I can't remember the story, but he got to meet with the president anyway, and they got to sponsor his education, university or something like that. But, you know, when people are poor and hungry, the temptation to, man, let me keep a little for myself is very strong. And so when someone comes out to say, take all of it, I found this somewhere, then it's something that is worth commending. Hello, good afternoon to you. Hello. Yes, good afternoon. Yeah.
Good afternoon. It's Miriam from Australia.
Yeah, you're welcome back, Miriam.
Thank you. Ajibasi, the reason why I want to praise that lady is because, irrespective of the fact that there are CCTV cameras and even if she had made away with that money, they would have been able to trace her because they knew the person that cleaned the room at the time the guest left.
Okay, so that strike over continuous extortion and double taxation. Suspected policemen reportedly extort youths of 5 million naira in Port Harcourt, and people of Rundele in Emoha local government area organized grand reception for Mary Kekwaru for returning $70,000 found in hotel. And when we started, I did tell you that a brown envelope with the name Daniel Gideon and documents with the name Gideon Ewell Uche was found by someone going from Rumokoro to Lagos bus stop earlier today. Lagos bus stop is in the township area of Port Harcourt, and it was brought where if you... Okay, it should be rather that someone misplaced a brown envelope. That's the correct information. Someone misplaced a brown envelope, okay, with the name, the Daniel Gideon, okay, and some documents in the brown envelope. Please call this number if you chance upon that envelope. Don't expect a gift, but you could have a gift from God. But just do it as a good citizen. If you chance upon that envelope, you're a commercial driver, or you're a passenger, or you're anyone, you chance upon that envelope, please call these numbers: 0803-509-1212, 0803-509-1212, or 0805-450-9047, 0805-450-9047. Should I end it with God will bless you as you do so? Okay, let's move on. I'll take your messages now. We've got about 9 minutes to the end of the show. Prince Ajubo, good evening. For me, the protest or strike protest means nothing but to further increase the hardship that Nigerians are facing. NSC should stop the protest and allow government time to put in place the planned palliatives across board to cushion the effect of subsidy removal. Thanks, Comrade Michael Jaja B. Okay, but I'm still saying it. The president spoke a couple of days ago. He didn't make mention of the core problem of Nigeria. Okay, and that tells you that this will remain for a long time. Palliatives are never solutions. They are temporary measures to cushion, to kill your pain, to deaden your pain, but never to cure the ailment, to heal the disease. It only is like giving you a painkiller, okay, for an injury. But you have to treat the wound, because if you don't treat the wound, you'll be wasting your time taking painkillers. So palliatives are painkillers. So we shouldn't dwell too much on painkillers. We should go for solutions. If it's surgery we need to do, we'll do the surgery, okay? So let's know that. Let that not be lost on us. Good evening, presenter. Please do not allow somebody, oh, you keep sending this now. Come on, stop this. Huh? You don't tell us how we run our show. Whoever, all of us here, we're one. Hi, Prince. For the bus drivers plying Oyibo Road, those boys collecting legal tickets, these are the boys that blocked the INEC office for over 3 weeks. How did you know that? You saw their faces or you got their names? Okay, I read on. These are the same boys that carry ballot buses for politicians. So government used that illegal collection of tickets to settle them. Ah, so that is Nigeria for you. You scratch my back, I scratch your back. The rest of the government is aware of the legal collection of the tickets, but they are complicit also. Even though those bus drivers protest for years, nothing will happen. Those boys are thugs for high-ranked politicians in River State. Okay, Jerry, send that one in. I know some persons in the state are making boatloads of money from these people, building houses, buying cars, and living large. I'm telling you. Let me not say I know one, so they don't come and ask me you or show me that one. The Chief of Staff, Government House, responded well to NLC, but what happened to 10,000 job of civil servants in Rivers State? Dan from Iguruta. Yes, that matter seemed to have died. Nobody's saying anything about it. Government Covenant is sending this one in. Greetings, Chief Prince. Labor unions really impressed me today. I appreciate them for this bold move. I urge them to continue until all the present government policies which have made the majority of Nigerians' lives too difficult are reversed. Ebere Chukwu, Port Harcourt. Okay, thank you, Ebere Chukwu. Let's see, this is Nigeria. Ajubo, your observation is very correct. The governors don't see those protesting as people he should speak to, because at the moment he's not asking for their votes. Nigeria needs humble and God-fearing people as leaders, not those that feel gods when they assume positions. A humble governor will personally address his state citizens and earn more respect and trust from them. Until Nigeria has humble and good God-fearing leaders at all levels, nothing will come out. That's coming from Mr. Law. Thank you, Mr. Law. Gift from Bayelsa State. Okay, this one, Barivule. Barivule. I will not bother to read your message because you're not supposed to be attacking people. You should be addressing what we're discussing. Okay. The reason for the protest should be on what the government will do now to bring people out of the adverse effect of the subsidy removal. Something pragmatic. I feel you cost of things in transportation are high with no corresponding increase in salary. Handsome from Port Harcourt. Okay, Handsome. Thank you very much, Handsome. Peter from Nkpole. Is that Nkpole or Nkpolu? Okay, yes, Nkpole you wrote here. NLC, Una, thank you. I'm happy, Una. No protest. Protest no solve Nigeria problem. You still went on to say them say police now to protect life and property, but Nigeria police they different. Then they're different. Only God could protect us in this Nigeria. All right, thank you, Peter. How many more? Hello, Mr. Prince. I commend the effort of the NLC today and urge them to bring to bear such vigor in delivering on and realizing the mandate of the people who are yearning for better governance. Indeed, today's protest is a clarion call to the Tinubu-led government to redouble their effort for more people-oriented programs. We shouldn't take Nigerians for granted by churning out retrogressive economic policies because Nigerians like inflicting pain and injury on fellow Nigerians. Vinazo Kletos Kova Bodo City. Thank you, Vinazo. All right, maybe I'll take just this one and then we'll wrap things up. Okay, let's take one call and then I'll take one last message. Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, my brother. Yes, I want to encourage the Labour to stick to their positive opinion. Yes, they should continue pushing until something happens. Because as it stands now, they are the only mouthpiece of the masses.
You don't think it's a waste of time? They're just doing it to try to deceive Nigerians, but in the end, they will still go their usual way. They'll go back and call off the strike or the protest.
Whichever way, if they don't protest, you and I cannot protest. We cannot protest, whether they are serious or not. But let us see that they have done something, because everything about this country is politicized. You can recall that since throughout the Buhari's government, they were threatening to embark on strike, embark on demonstration, and in the end, nothing happened. Yes, and that is why we don't believe them any longer. But now they said they have started doing something. Let us see whether something can happen, whether it can work. Because since the big men and women we have there as political officers in the National Assembly and the House of Reps and what have you, they are not there for us. They are not our mouthpiece. We cannot assess them.
Right.
We cannot talk to them. They cannot speak for us. Then, two level, let us see whether we can achieve something.
Okay.
Thank you, London man from Port Harcourt.
All right, London man. Thank you for your call. Good evening, Prince. This is diplomatic Niger Delta man. Prince, I must commend the Emoha girl for the good attitude. Prince, I'm happy to hear good news in my LGA. Okay. I rest my case diplomatically. All right, thank you very much. We need to run now. Hi, good day. I'm the man that was robbed. Please. I don't know you. I don't know what this is about, so I don't know anything about this. You were robbed. I don't know. I'm sorry about that, but I don't know anything about that message. Okay, time for us to run, but I must take the view of Mazi Ike God, who just stepped in. Hello, Mazi. How are you today?
Good evening, sir.
Yes, the protest. What was your take on it? Is it a waste of time? Will it change anything?
Yes, it will change a lot of things.
Like what thing? They're making some huge demands, 200,000 naira minimum wage.
Yes.
Some are even saying return the fuel price.
Return the fuel subsidy back. Yeah, exactly. Return the fuel price. Exactly.
You think those things can happen?
It will happen. This is the first time in a very long time we'll see NLC come out and talk and do. It's out of yesterday in the evening. It was almost confirmed that they want it. In fact, even though it was fake news like we had, and the NLC chairman came out on the media space on Twitter, which I joined this, and I heard him live and direct, giving his instruction that the protests have to go on. So the man, in fact, let's just be watching and observe the next move, because my expectation from what he should do from now, my expectation is that he should put a strike immediately.
What are they? But it's indefinite now. They say it's indefinite. They will keep on protesting until something is done. Okay, maybe next time you and I will join them, right?
I was there. If it did not come, I don't know why. But
I was with you.
On my leg. Oh, you see me, I wear black and black. Look at it. I was there.
See that.
Everything in black.
Okay.
I was there. It's not going to fail 615 naira. Now your mate.
Okay, let me run. All right. Up next is waiting to happen with Mazi Ike God. Of course, he's got plenty to give you on that show. Stay put on this dial 95.1 Today FM Port Harcourt. My name is Prince Ajubo. Thank you for doing this with me. I'll see you again some other time. Bye bye.
Thanks for your contribution. Now, any more questions?
All times, greet.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning. You're welcome to Jagbajantis High School. My name is Sound Sultan, your new mathematics teacher. By the way, do you understand Pidgin English?
Yes, sir.
Okay, now what we go use henceforth? Okay, carry your paper. Them for my class. People love to squall them plenty. Sins of these people many.
Talk radio. I listen to a lot of talk radio.
95.1 FM.
Many times plenty, multiply them. The answer you get now waiting, they make come and they cry. The answer you get now waiting, they make rich man, they mess and they nasty lie.
Talk radio. I listen to a lot of talk radio.
95.1 FM.
Waiting they happen late.
They say wahala.
Now this one wahala be like bicycle. They just waiting they happen. Now for today 95.1 FM, 5 p.m. Monday to Friday, bomb quem. Now here you go here. Waiting they happen for Niger and Obodo the world. Now that time where we they bring you Ogbonga to them, where go shock you. You go wonder say a person do like this. Now so we they bring them come give you acid the hot. Now where would they find way to sweep this country? Don't run. Don't stay blood in the chopper. You say this one. No worry. When time reach, I'll say I want to take.
See where they go. Homeland is homeland.
man. Me, I go open gate for them. Now me go be gate man at that time for airport. Wetin dey happen? Make you no miss Mazi Ike God, Ike Nwachukwu, and MC Kuro for wetin dey happen. You go enjoy yourself. No forget to say, woman dey chop our recharge card, woto. I don dey tell una say, this place na education center. As you sit down here with us from Monday to Friday, you go enjoy wetin dey happen. Wetin dey happen? Make you no miss am at all.
The whole of Nigeria is using this word palliative, and we're talking about it and we expect it, and we're expecting it. Can I just say to the world that the word palliative is a horrible word? Palliative is something that has to do with terminal diseases. It is something that is used to solve a problem, to reduce the pain of a problem.
Make you get to the think. Yes, make you get to the think of waiting and they tell you, Hana Gwake palliative, you know, our body the sweet to you. They come at thank you, government. Thank you. You give us the boss. They give you boss, you're happy. You don't know your light. Government in the boss. He give you boss. Today they hear governor. They buy Okada for people, for palliative. Bia, make I hear anybody we go call you here. Come support this thing. You know, they call palliative for you. Your body they sweet to you. You are happy. The government in the palliative. Are you person that is alive? That they give you palliative. Okay, I'm going to buy you before make I no use make I no use this thing. Can't change my temperature for here. Okay, I'm going to buy you. Make we leave that on. Make we move immediately. If you just join us this program now. Waiting they happen and that Ogbonge time we will bring you Ogbonge to them. We go shock you. You go wonder say na person they do like this. Yes, na so we they bring and come give you for today 95.1 FM Voice of the People. Waiting by the call of Voice of the People now because one time we reach we they carry microphone carry am give you make you follow put a voice for this program for waiting they happen. Yes, the person they hear voice here official introduction. My name is Mazi Ike God, Ike Nwachukwu, Ike Nwachineke, Nwachukwu tell a man on Nishivon Calabar man, I won't try that. English people don't want to make no try him at all, because that person they hear him voice here, and I him be the Ekuraku one of Nigeria, Ekuraku one of Wanele. Oh yes, Yekuble, Yeku, and listen, I made they bring you that information, and we'll go shock you. Mbano make move immediately, make me countryman and make a great country people.
A great country people, my name is a countryman.
A countryman, how they could be like you are not too happy. You are not happy.
The people they suffer.
People they suffer.
Full-fledged man. Full-fledged man meet me yesterday. The man won't cry. Say as think they talk to me now like this. Saying children never eat, himself never eat. Do things well. A guy left where people they endure ritual. You understand?
Okay. Okay, I'm gonna make a move immediately. Make we look this story where they look us here. And NLC don't refute as English they talk refute and I say they know they agree. Say this thing the way you talk na correct. You know they tell us truth and I waiting the mean. NLC don't look finish. Say Tinubu 1 trillion naira savings or from subsidy removal. Say na kokoroko, say na nothing, say na wayo jipiti lie. Everything says says go kobo. You know that thing when you put to 10 kobo inside this thing they shake kobo. Single kobo like that. You know they say all those things na wash.
So what did they mean now?
Say all those things the way they say they don't do on they save 1 trillion. Say na lie. Say make they carry that money, pay subsidy, reduce the price of fuel back to the way it's supposed to be. Because then they make sense.
God create about 4 water, 4 stream. Have you know so? That means God prepare everything. Make Adam do it in enjoy.
Even though science go tell us in nature do other things.
God create oil, create all the gold, everything. Put them for Africa, for Nigeria. Say for Nigeria there's a